Okay, here we go. Guys, I did whatever I could to deal with the echo problem that I had in the last stream. So hopefully it's a lot better now. But we got some temporary solutions. So it's good to see everybody here. Appreciate you guys joining what is going to be now the first ever live episode of the weekly sit down. Our 10th episode, guys, with SemmyTen. Pretty exciting stuff. It's good to see you all here. Yo, Brett, thank you for dropping the 5-month member message. It's good to see you, man. We miss you too. Much love to you, dude. Guys, listen, real quick, don't be offended. Don't be upset. I just want you to know we're taking off alerts for this stream only, okay? We want to give respect to our guests. We want to hear what he has to say. We want to give him that attention. So no alerts, but we will be prioritizing super chat questions if you got questions for him later down the stream, okay? So don't be upset. All right, we just want to make sure that we do this right and we give him his attention. I also want to make sure that I have the pop-up chat ready. So let me go ahead and set that up. And then SemmyTen's already waiting. He's here, guys. We're going to make sure that you can hear him first, and then we're going to start right away because he is a busy man with not a lot of time. Let's see. Let the games begin. There it is. Oh, gosh. All right. Let me make sure maybe we can turn on a soundboard real quick. Let's see. Maybe a little bit of fun with that. You know what? We'll leave it as is. We'll leave it as is. We'll keep it professional. But yeah, we want to make sure that you guys can hear him and everything. So let's go ahead and let him in. I appreciate you guys being here. This is a monumentous moment. And I don't think it would have happened if it wasn't for your guys' support. So he reached out to us. We gave him the okay for the 10th episode. So here he is. Let's go ahead and let him in. Let's make sure you guys can hear him as well. Let's see here. Let's set this audio to... Yep. Okay. You should be able to hear him once I let him in. So let's see. Let's let SemmyTen in here. And we'll blow this up to full screen. I like to switch sides. Here we go. Full screen. I like to be on the left. All right. I don't think we can hear you yet. Let's make sure your audio is good to go. Yeah, it's going to be a crazy stream, guys. But a good one at that. Let's see. I think bottom left, you want to make sure your microphone's set up. We hear you. I hear you. Let me see if the chat can hear you. No, don't say that. You're good, dude. Let me make sure that the chat can hear you. Let's go with this. Let's go with this. All right, one more time. Nah, I'm a goober. Let me try this one. Speakers. All right, one more time.
Testing.
All right, chat. How do you hear SemmyTen? How does he sound? Let's make sure. This is the first time I did it live. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure I'm doing it right. Yo,
good.
Okay, good. All right, let's turn it up just a little bit more because I really want to make sure they hear you. Yo, I appreciate the dono. I see you, Brett. We're going to be reading that later, okay? We just want to make sure we do it. Yo, thank you for doing this, by the way, bro.
I wanted to.
That's awesome. When I saw that message, I was like, there's no way. And I double checked. I even because I feel like if I told people, they'll be like, nah, that's cap. So I even recorded myself checking your channel and showing like, no, that's really him. So I appreciate you doing this, man. How are you today?
Good, man. I was looking forward to this. I wanted to record before this, but I was a little lazy, so we're just gonna roll with it. I was looking forward to this more than anything. So
thank you. I'm glad to hear that, man. It's really good to have you here. I think there's a lot of good information that the Fall Guys community can get from you in terms of content creation, but we'll get into some juicy stuff as well. I'm really glad that you appreciated, or that you at least honored the fact that, you know, most of the podcasts are usually like 2 hours, so that's a lot more content. So I'm glad to have you here for sure.
Yeah, fire away.
Absolutely. You want to just get right into it? Okay.
Well, hello, chat. If you don't know me, my name is SemmyTen. I make bean game videos. That's all you gotta know.
Yeah, I put in the description. Which I want to talk about for sure. In my opinion, some of the most creative challenge videos I've ever seen in terms of Fall Guys, especially when you were first coming up. Let's talk about that real quick. Let's get into the beginning.
Yeah.
What made you say, you know what, I'm going to start recording? What made you say I'm going to start recording this Bean game?
So, it dropped free to play in July or June, whenever it was, late June 2022. Early July, I picked it up. It was one of those games that I saw it when it was, you had to pay for it, and I never paid for it, but it intrigued me. So I got it free to play, played it for a few weeks. I was like, oh, you know what? It's funny because I played it the first night, and I was like, you know what? I'm bored. I'm not going to play this ever again.
Right.
But then the second day I had it, I played it again, and I was like, dang it, I like this game. And I was playing it. I ended up playing duos with my girlfriend for like 2 weeks to get our first crown.
That's
took
funny.
like 2 weeks to do it.
Right.
And then, as I started getting somewhat decent-ish, I was like, you know what? I could probably, this is like an easy game to like commentate. It's family friendly. I just gave it a shot. Something that I've always wanted to, like, one of my like side dream jobs when I was younger is I would love to be a sports announcer. I'm a huge baseball guy.
Me too. Me too.
Oh, cool. Who's your team?
I usually go for the Phillies, but
yeah, I'm a Mets fan.
So we're supposed to be enemies there. Yeah.
That's funny. But anyways, like that was always something I was interested in. So I figured, like making videos is similar.
Okay.
So yeah, I started late August, posted my first video. It got like 3 views, and I said, all right, I'm not going to do this anymore.
Right.
And I was ready to just stop. And then I posted a short, and then one night the short got like 1,000 views. And I was like, huh, that's pretty cool. And because of that short, I kept going. I was in full on, I'm going to stop mode. I was like, whatever. Because that short got me like 10, 20 subs. I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's keep going. So the rest was history, I guess. That's
all standing. And that I know that feeling is hard to explain unless you do it. So it's good that you stuck with it. Now, as you're going forward, you're doing these challenges. People are starting to talk about you in the community, because I started also like streaming relatively when it came out, to the point where let's get spicy a little bit early. Some of the content creators that were much larger than you were even copying some of your ideas that I saw, which that was interesting. Did you feel some type of way about that? Was that like a badge of honor, or what'd you think?
It's weird because like something that I never wanted to feel when I was starting out and starting to get views ish was that I deserved more than what I had. Because I feel like that's a very toxic, self-harming mindset. It's like people will think, oh, I'm posting this video is so good. Like it, I mean, look at is Stentric's video really that much better than mine? Like that's not fair. Like that's a really bad mindset to compare yourself to get people into. So it ticked me off. I definitely see some people like definitely get inspiration, whether it's from a thumbnail or from an idea. At the end of the day, though, I would, I'm a jokingly petty person. So the most I would do at that time would be I would put a little comment in their video just as a joke and be like, hey, I don't even remember, but I was like, hey, this looks like something I did, or, something a little, just a little tip of the iceberg. At the end of the day, it was like, oh, whatever. I'll focus on myself. It was just funny. At the end of the day, it was funny. Like really? 10% of me was like, whatever, they'll do it. 90% I was like, it's funny, but yeah.
Because this happened to me a lot more than I expected.
Really?
And I'm starting to take it a little bit more as like a badge of honor than upset. But the thing too is that, and I wonder what you think about this. You know how comedians, they're very like serious about that. Like when you steal a joke, for example, you get basically erased. I mean, look at Carlos Mencia. I don't know how old you are if you're familiar with him. That's okay. He was like infamous for that.
Really?
And pretty much got canceled into oblivion and can never come back as a comic basically without getting, getting that brought up. So it's interesting that like we on YouTube, we see that so much, yet there's no consequence,
Yeah, and it's all you gotta do is talk things out. It's like the one main thing was when I was in the midst of blowing up in terms of what Fall Guys blow up is at that time.
Yeah.
And you just gotta listen. Most of us are adults. Just gotta talk it out. Like Octopal made a thumbnail one day that was literally mine, like my exact at the time I was doing it, my style, the same lettering, colorization, the same, like it was mine, right? And that at the time bothered me the most. It's one thing for an idea. It's another thing where it's like, dude, I made that thumbnail. Looks like
right.
So, you know, that the one time I was actually mad about it, or like, I'm not even mad, just like kind of like annoyed. We eventually talked about it, and he was like, yeah, dude, I was just getting inspiration. I know it looked like yours. And I was like, you're fine, man. Like, at the end of the day, does him doing that harm me? No, it doesn't affect me. That's how I, try to go about things. It doesn't affect me. If someone steals your content, then that's different, obviously. If someone, whatever, the thumbnails, that's what bothered me the most. Because, you develop a thumbnail style.
Yeah.
And then I talked to Paul. He's like probably the most chill guy in the world. So
he seems that way.
Deal. Yeah, but
okay. So after that, how did the first big collab come through, and how did you feel about that? Because I don't want to be mistaken here, but I feel like it might have been Stentric, but I might be wrong about that.
Yeah, no, it was. I actually asked Will Wild Bill 6000 to collab with me. That was my first ever collab.
Okay.
Because I, as I was getting bigger, I would hop around streams and like try to interact with people in the community who are doing Fall Guys. Because like I didn't do that yet. I haven't interacted on live streams and stuff. And the first time I met Will, I was like, huh. My first chat to him was, "You seem like a genuine fellow." And that was all I was looking for, like just a real dude. And, I talked to him that night. I got into VC. And then the next day I was like, hey, let's do a video together. Just because I at the time, maybe I had like 15K or something. And I was gaining a lot really quick. And I didn't care that he was like smaller. I just thought, listen, like you're entertaining. We could probably do a video together.
Yeah.
So that was that. That video went fine. Obviously, I'm best buds with Will now. But the Stentric thing, I'm trying to remember. He asked me, he tweeted at me one day because he said people in his live stream chat were saying, oh, have you heard of SemmyTen, yada, yada. And at the time, and I'm sure we're going to go into this later on because I can talk. At the time,
it's good.
I thought, oh my God, that's a big break. That's awesome. It's not.
Okay.
It's good to do.
Right.
The video ended up going on my channel, which I thought was a bit odd. Because I did think that was odd in the beginning, because I thought if you're asking me to collab, why is it going on my channel? Let's call a spade a spade. It would have been nice if it went on his in terms of getting new eyes on me. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It went on my channel. It was whatever. I put his little goofy face in the thumbnail, and that was that. But I don't know. Did you have any further questions about collabs? Because I have a big opinion on that.
No. But by all means, the floor is yours, my brother. This is your podcast.
So I feel like for people, I think people value collabs too much. I'm very strong on that. And my reasoning is that, for example, I did another video with Will.
Okay.
And I know Will's watching this, and I'm not calling you out, Will. So don't take this personally. I did a video with Will a few weeks ago.
Okay.
It was a dumb little like creative map challenge where I had X amount of time to make a creative map. So like 1 minute versus an hour or whatever. And then I'd make him play it.
Okay.
And he would try to complete it. Point is, that video is like my most viewed video since I was actually getting views when Fall Guys was popular. It ended up getting like over 60K views now because it hit the algorithm. I don't know why. Point is, Will gained maybe 10 to 20 subs from that. 60,000 views. And you know why? It's because Will didn't have a catalog of videos for people who would click his link to look at. And he's getting better at that now. Once again, I know Will knows I'm not taking shots at him. Point is, if you're going to collab with people, it puts new eyes on you no matter what. I don't care if you collab with someone with 100 subs, still put 20 new eyes on you. Point is, that will not matter if the people who can check you out can't go to your channel and then see something that brings them in, right? I truly believe that, because Stentric has done videos with me now on his channel, and I don't see, you know what's funny? I think our Stentric and I's audience have some overlap, but his is a lot more younger audience. So when he collabs with me on his channel, I don't get really a sub boost, because I'm more like sarcastic, witty, like more of kind of like a jokingly like a competitive little scumbag sometimes, and that doesn't fit the majority of his younger audience, like what they like to see. You know, I don't have like a bunch of edits and stuff on my videos. So point is, collabs are great. Do them. Merge with the people in community. Like, but in terms of, I think people put too much weight on them as it would be a big break or something. You need to have your foundation. Like,
you got to actually have content to give. Yeah,
because Yugi, if you were in a video with Joe Blow, and I'm a big fan of Joe Blow, and then I see you in the description, I'm like, okay, let me check him out. If you, let's say you had like 2 videos posted, why am I going to subscribe? I could have thought you were hilarious in the video.
Yeah, yeah.
But let's say you had 2 videos posted.
Yeah.
Or like, why would I, you know, that's my belief. I don't know if you, I mean, obviously I feel like you don't have that harsh of a belief, because my view on that is pretty harsh,
it's, if you want me to chime
curious,
in, so you're not wrong. You're not wrong, because the thing is there's an expectation. You know what I mean? There's an expectation from a person who would subscribe to you versus somebody who would subscribe to me. So there, I don't even think that's rude. That's just a fact.
Of course.
Yeah. You gotta make the content that would coincide. Now, for example, like me and you, and like Fall Guys on YouTube isn't really that big of a community. Let's be honest. Yeah. It's like low medium, right? So we have a lot of we have a lot of cross viewership, but I think that's only because of the games we play, and it has nothing to do with the type of content. So it's not like there isn't a chance where it's like pointless, but I do agree that you gotta actually, like, content is first and foremost what's gonna give you what you give. You're like the best example, I would say, of like someone who got the viewership in the live streams that he's got because of the content that he's produced. And I've been 100%. saying this for the longest time. Like, why is someone going to tune into your live stream if you didn't make anything? They don't know anything about you. You know, you made the content first, and that's why you're one of the biggest streamers, obviously. You know what I mean? That's why when Stentric streams, he's getting 400 plus viewers. It ain't got nothing to do with his live stream. It's got everything to do with his content. Yeah. And that's just,
that's a good point to go off of, because it's like, that's what I would tell anyone. If you prefer streaming and you want to have streaming be big for you, you got to bite the bullet and put out some videos.
Exactly.
YouTube's not going to push your stream like it would a video.
Right.
So if I could be clicking around, going to, let's say you're doing like Fall Guys leaderboards or whatever. I know you don't do Fall Guys a ton, but let's say you were, I'm going to you, I'm going to someone else, I'm going to someone else. Well, what if I recognize that third person's, I've watched 2 of their Fall Guys videos, and I see, oh, they're live. I'm checking them out. Probably first. I would say to anyone, no matter what the game is, why are people complaining about Twitch discoverability? Which is true. It's very hard to get discovered on Twitch. You can't do any videos, obviously. Why do people say grow on YouTube, then tell them to go to Twitch? Same concept. Grow on YouTube video-wise, long-form content-wise, then tell them to go to your streams.
Yeah.
Because the overlap between long-form videos and stream audiences is good. I have talking about YouTube Shorts. No one will watch other stuff if they just watch your shorts, in my opinion. Like the carryover is so terrible. So it's really it's videos. I was blessed to get the audience I had, and then once I was in a situation where I could stream, like, you know, people knew what to expect. That was a big thing. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm glad you're on this podcast, because I feel like you can say it because you've actually experienced it. And I've been saying this, content first. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be real. Like, I've had some, you know, off the grid, off the live stream conversations with some other content creators, and I'm like, dude, I'd rather you do content, because at least there's something there. There's a carryover, like you used. You know what I mean? There's something, there's substance. It'll get pushed better, especially if it's relevant to the times. Like, if you know that X game is coming out next month, start working on content for X game. And then they'll come over and check out your streams. Like, it's just, You know, some people for some reason don't want to hear that. I think they just assume that just because you click live and it's a magic button and people are just going to start pouring in. Now, now YouTube's great with that. Don't get me wrong. They're great with that. Better than Twitch for sure. But like you said earlier, talking about collabs, you gotta have a mixed salad. You can't just put all the weight on one thing. Would you agree?
In terms of not just relying on like collabs or stuff,
not relying on collabs, not just relying on live streams. You got to have a little bit of everything. But I feel like content is like the main course. That's the entree.
On YouTube it is. That's like, you know, that's your foundation. People, when I was blowing up, luckily I was in a time in my life where I had the time to post every day. People knew every day at noon Eastern, new SemmyTen video. Did that for about 4 or 5 months straight.
You did, yeah.
The biggest thing, and it's not just post more to get more viewers and stuff. Like, it's not just post more, that's all you gotta do. But like, I was consistent with my stuff, but still kind of creative challenges. And yeah, once I streamed, it was like a big deal. I had so many people asking me to stream, and the reason I couldn't at the time is because my internet was trash. Like, could not handle an upload speed to stream. Once I finally got that handled months later, like, it was like a jack in the box, and you kept twisting it, be like stream, and then okay, I finally can. And I like to think I'm very similar in my streams that I am in my videos. So that's, you know, I don't really change. I don't really have a video persona. Obviously I play it up, and I'm not gonna sit there and be boring, but I'm just me on my videos. I'm me on my streams. Some people you'll see, like, their videos, they're like this and everything's jolly and rainbows, and then their streams, they're like this. So
yeah,
I try not to do that, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, you're human. I get it. Going off that too, real quick, since you've been doing live streaming, how has like showing your face been? Have you had any good or bad experiences with that? Because you face revealed after me. I remember that day. It was the next day right after me.
Really?
It was a surprise stream. Everyone was talking about it in my Discord.
Well, yeah.
Showing me pictures. How has that been for you since you've done that?
It's so funny. That wasn't pre-planned. I was out with my girlfriend that day. We were just, I don't know what we were doing. We were at a Starbucks, and on the way home, I was like, I'm going to show my face on stream today. I'm not even lying. Like, I was like, you know what? I don't care. I just want to do it. Like, I got tired of people asking, and I was like, you know, I just want to shock them. I just want to turn it on and have my face there. I remember I just turned it on, and I was like, but yeah, I haven't had issues with it. I have never been recognized in public, which maybe I have, but they didn't come up to me. I don't know. But it's been fine. No, you know, people can be jerks on the internet, but I am very, very blessed. My community is so supportive. If I have some dumb kid coming into my chat talking trash about something, I'll just meme on him and then like ban him. I gotta, you know, we make a joke out of it. I feel very secure. It was never an issue. It's like, I don't care who you are. There's going to be some sort of fear. I was so anxious before that first stream though, because you could think, and not that I think this, but this is a hypothetical. You could think you're the best looking guy in the world, but you're still going to feel like when you're presenting your face to these hundreds of people that know you but haven't seen you yet, it was very shy. I was like sweating. I was taking like a nervous poop beforehand. I was like, oh my God. But no, I don't think twice about it now. It's, you know, it's much more better for viewership. Just obviously see reactions and stuff. So you know.
Yeah. So I'm glad it's been good for you, man, because there was a lot of I should say like anticipation for mines, but you know, people look at recently with Dream, for example, right? He is going back to not showing his face.
I know.
So it's I'm just happy that, you know, you've had a good experience with that. I wouldn't want you to have a Dream experience where you feel like you have to go back, you know?
I feel like it's so weird, that situation. We won't spend too much time on Dream, but like, you have millions and millions of people seeing that. The 1%, which could be like bully and hate, is still like 100,000 people.
Yeah.
Like, that's the wild part. So if it's the 1% of me, it'd be like 3 people.
Right.
So Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. I saw his whole mask thing and everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. It's weird, but
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I guess people just don't got the type of skin for it. I mean, when you're so used to the comfort of hiding behind something for so long. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, even before I face revealed, man, I was like straight in a robe, like doing what I want. I didn't care about the background, you know. So when you open yourself up to that type of scrutiny, some people might not have that type of thick skin, I guess. I don't know. But that seemed to be the only reason why he went back, was just like people were saying he's ugly. And I think that's a shame, man.
Yeah, I don't care who you are. That's tough to hear. Like, whether it's a joke or not, whether it's a meme or not, like, people like to act that, oh yeah, nothing bothers me. Dude, it'll bother you.
Yeah.
I get comments that'll piss me off for 5 seconds and bother me, and then I'll forget about them. It doesn't matter who you are. It could have been from, I'll get a comment from someone who's got no profile picture and their name is Joe28246, and they say something mean, and it'll bother me for like 5 seconds. Like, I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Like, no one's not bothered by everything. So I can only imagine what he went through. Like, obviously, it's 100 million times greater than our audiences. So there's so many more people he dealt with, but
Yeah. I guess it'd be more like a quantity kind of thing, but
yeah.
I mean, he wasn't really making content like that until he did, right? Do you know? Not to dwell on it any longer.
What do you mean?
Like, he wasn't really making content that much before he face revealed, I don't think.
No, because his videos would get like 100 billion views. I don't think he had to. Like, he would do his manhunt videos, right? And they get like 100 million views, and he'd make like, 50K from it probably, and be like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah.
But yeah, he stopped doing content a lot, I think, at least on his channel, once he face revealed. I don't know. I never watched him really, but
having some technical difficulties here. Let me fix this.
Oh, you're good.
Hi, yeah. Okay. There we go. See if this works, chat. There we go. All right.
Good.
Yep. Okay. So, moving on. After all that. So, in terms of the Fall Guys community, you said it's been pretty good to you. Have you had any bad? Have you had any moments where you moved on? I know you did a little bit of like the semi-craft. That was interesting.
So, yeah. Here's the thing about semi-craft is, I learned this the hard way. You will never have a second YouTube channel succeed greater than what you expect if you just push a certain audience toward it. There was a big breakthrough. First of all, I can't even post on Semi-Craft now because season 4 is hot. It's helping pay the bills. Like, I'm not going to drop season 4 anytime soon. The reason Semi-Craft will never be a popular Minecraft channel, even if I tried so hard, is because it's a Fall Guys audience. And sure, people like me, it's a Fall Guys audience though. And you know what the evidence is to back this up is I was in a VC with Will one night, and he kind of discovered this for me. We were looking through analytics. You know how people found my Semi-Craft videos? The majority they found it by was from searching SemmyTen, not Minecraft, right? So, because YouTube will push out my video of a Minecraft video to a Fall Guys centric audience, which is not gonna tell YouTube to push it to Minecraft kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even if I wanted, I'm a firm believer that you want to make a second channel. If I ever made a second channel again, I would not tell anybody about it. If I had this new love for a certain game or a certain, hobby or something I want to make content on, I would never tell anyone because it would kill the channel.
Yeah.
So
interesting. Okay. Because most of them was SemmyTen. Now I wonder how that would pop up in the algo. I guess if you had your channels linked together. Like, why do you think that is? Like, why wouldn't just your main channel pop up instead of like the Minecraft one?
I can't tell you, dude. I've looked at the analytics and it says search results, how viewers find your content. 58% SemmyTen. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, so it would have to probably be like one of those things where you make a brand new email, brand new account, and just completely
100%.
Yeah. Fair enough. That's good intel. It's good to know. There you go, chat. And those of you listening, other content creators, it's probably best to not connect them, because I noticed that with a lot of second channels, they're always like, Not
They'll
as
never
good.
take off.
The only ones I know that for some reason are like, but again, this is the exception, not the rule. Is I don't know if you ever heard of them, but the Hodge twins. I swear they make a new channel like every other year, and somehow it ends up at 1 million. But
well, they're huge, right?
Yeah, that's probably not the rule, obviously.
I feel like that's probably why. But yeah, if someone is my size or even like 100K, I still think wouldn't work.
Yeah, right. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So now season 4 has been treating you well. It's been paying the bills, like you said. Live streaming has been going good. Do you have a schedule with that, by the way? I don't think I know that.
I stream when I want. It's usually about 3 times a week. If I'm more apt to stream if, let's say, on a weekend, I'll always pop on a stream on a Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
Just because I know more people are home. And then on the weekdays, I'll stream either A, when I want to, or B, I'm very like particular about things. So like if I have a video that I post and it underperforms, I'm like, dang, I want to stream just to like make up for that.
It's still content though.
In a numbers sense, because when you're posting every day, it's impossible not to hyperfixate on some numbers, and you notice when things drop. Sometimes like there's good days and bad days.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll stream a few times a week. I'll try to mix it up. Some guys just do customs. Dude, I can't sit there and just do customs. I want to gouge my eyes out. It's like I want to compete for something. I want to try to win something that has a reward. Like I'm not just going to sit here and put, okay, here's the code. Like I don't know, but
yeah. Mixes things up. Hey, do you ever feel like you get burnt out of Fall Guys?
I felt that once, and that was just during the garbage middle to end of season 3, because they provided no updates. Like, what am I going to pull out of my butt to like make a video on? Like, you can only do so much to do that. I love it now though. I love it. It's hard work. It's a lot goes on behind the scenes. I've never had anyone else edit my own video or make a thumbnail for me. Like I'm particular about that too. Like, it's just, I'm not saying that to like flex. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, it takes a lot of time to just edit thumbnails, titles, renders, all that. But it's a worthwhile grind. And I'm like I said, I will always say I'm just so grateful that I got the amount of people who will tune into me every day. That's why I do it. It's, that's the main motivator, is because I know thousands of people are going to see something that I'm proud of, which is like, can't put that into words.
You can't. Yeah.
It's so cool. So
yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Okay. So the new season has been good to you. I am assuming obviously the creative maps and all that. Have you made any? I think you have. I haven't seen
I made a couple. I've made some just for like video purposes. I never tried to really make like an actual map. My maps that I've made have just been for dumb video ideas, or like I made a super hard map while the challenge was only using 5 different obstacles.
Yeah.
I have actually one of my ideas for a future video would be make a creative map. I have to make like 5 creative maps, but then I'll have a random number generator pick one obstacle, and the map can literally just be the one obstacle. I don't care what it is. It could be, I don't even know. But
yeah.
I only
just
make
spam
maps
it throughout the map. Yeah.
I only make maps when it's relative to a video. I don't care to sit here and make a map for 4 hours and say, look how good this is. Like,
Being a content creator makes things different.
Yeah.
Okay. Continuing on with your content, I gotta ask, where do you see yourself in the future? Do you want to be like known as the Fall Guys GOAT and stick with it? Do you see yourself branching out and doing that side channel like you said? Like, what's your plan for, let's say, like the next 3 years, if you have one?
Well, here's the thing. I am very much a day-to-day person. This goes for real life. I don't think much in the future. My girlfriend gets mad at me because like she's talking about plans like a year from now, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm eating tomorrow for breakfast.
Yeah.
I'm very much like just day to day. If I were thinking the future, I'm never diverting. I'm never diverting from Fall Guys on SemmyTen. I currently have no like, I don't want to make a second channel or anything. And that's the thing. In like 3 years, I'm trying to like be a dad. Like, I'm trying to have a kid in a few years. So it's like obviously at some point, I'm gonna get married. have a kid in 3 years. I expect to be married and have a kid. I know my girlfriend's watching, so you're welcome for agreeing to that. But
got you.
So yeah, so my take on this is, hey, I'm riding it while I can. It's treating me well. I'm having fun. Whatever happens. Fall Guys will never get me the views that it used to when I was first starting out. I know that. Like,
yeah.
Fall Guys will never probably get me to 100K subs, and I know that. Like, it's just not. You know.
Can you say that though? Can you say that completely? Like,
I think there's no shot it will ever be, because it's with the free for all drop last year. That was the biggest boom. Creative was, if that was a 10 out of 10 boom, I'd say creative was like a 4.5, 5 out of 10 boom.
Okay.
I don't know. Unless they add like a comp mode to Fall Guys. I'm just trying to think like what else. I don't think so. And subs don't even matter on YouTube. People, I don't know. I don't put much weight into subscribers. That's a whole nother topic. It's like,
why not?
Because me personally, I don't watch a lot of YouTube, but when I do, I just go to my recommended tab. I'm not subscribed to basically anyone that I watch.
I see what you're
saying. Fall Guys related. I think a lot of people are like that. I think the whole go to my sub box notification and check who's there is very like 2013 type stuff. So subs are nice, but you know, it's really about how much traction your channel is getting. Subs are like kind of that little nudge, like, okay, you're doing something right. You're gaining people that want to stick around. But like, people stick around. There's probably still to this day a couple thousand people that watch me every other day who aren't subbed. Yeah. I don't know. I truly think that, because people don't subscribe to people as much. But yeah, I don't know.
You kind of just scroll through your YouTube, you feel like
yeah, I go to my recommended. I'll get like a video about a gaming, some documentary gaming video. I get like I like to watch people like gamble money on like casino videos, because obviously it's more fun to watch other people do that. Yeah, I'm an adult, it's fine. Point is, yeah, like I'll watch whatever, but I don't subscribe to much. And I think a lot of people are similar. It maybe I might be wrong, but like I think a lot of people just go recommended tab, and if YouTube sees you watching a SemmyTen video 2 days in a row, they're gonna keep recommending it.
Yeah.
I don't gotta worry about. I never ask anyone to subscribe. I've legitimately asked people to subscribe on a serious tone maybe like 3 times in 9 months. Like I've only done that when I'm like, oh my god, what I did was so crazy. Yeah. Like that deserves it. Like I just don't do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's good, because I want my subs to be genuine, like on their own will, like they subscribe, because those are the subs you want, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to post a short and have it blow up and get an extra 15K subs, because they're not going to watch my stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I feel. I don't think subs are very, like, I don't really care about them. I'd like to get 100K just to get the stupid plaque, but other than that, I don't know. It's not
your main. I think I would hope you're trying to say it's not your main priority right now. That's not your obsession, because I know some people obsess over it.
No, yeah. If you're obsessing over subs, I don't care where you are in your journey, like it's not worth it. Worry about how many views your videos are getting. Worry about the impressions they're getting, how long people are watching them. Worry about subs is like the little cherry on top, where it's like, okay, people like it enough to subscribe. I don't know. I'll tell this right now. I do not claim to know everything about YouTube. I'm not some YouTube guru, but from what I know and what I've experienced, I don't think subs are that important.
Okay.
It's nice to see go up, and I love hitting a new 1,000 mark, right? Like at the end of season 3, dude, I wasn't gaining subs. I was losing subs because no one cared about Fall Guys. Like, obviously that hurts.
Yeah.
But right now, like, it's going back up, and it's nice to see, I don't think there's that much weight on them. If I was another YouTuber, I wouldn't. You have 100 subs, 1,000 subs. People look at subs as a, how good is your channel?
Yes.
It's not that case.
Yes, that's what me and Vitice were saying.
Yeah, it's not the case. That's, that does not measure your channel, right?
But for some reason, like psychologically,
of course
we do. Yeah,
of course. And that's what I've literally told you this off stream before and off camera. I don't know if you remember. I don't care who you are. I never look at sub count. You're a grown man. I'm a grown man. I say this to other people. Yeah, I don't care. I treat you the same no matter what. It doesn't matter. I don't care. And when I asked Will to collab the day after I met him, I knew that if I put, I know Will's watching, and I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to make you sound bad. If I, I knew like he's not like some big name creator. I don't care. I thought he was entertaining. I wanted to put him in. So
yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
You know what I'm trying to say, yeah.
Yeah,
so.
it's not that you're looking at his sub count and saying, I need to collab with him. You just typically, like, that's what I felt like when I collabed with Super Rocker. It had nothing to do with anything other than like, who do you jive with? Who do you feel like you can make good content with? And I know you've been doing some on the SemmyCraft, which is very interesting. I didn't get to watch that video. I kind of been trying to do my homework on you a little bit.
I don't care about SemmyCraft at all anymore.
Really? You're just...
Dude, okay, once I realized it was, like I said before, just getting recommended to Fall Guys people, it's like, it kills your motivation.
Really?
I would stream on SemmyCraft just so people could watch it. I had a server with a couple of friends. I don't care, man. It was nice to have chill streams, but like I said, Fall Guys Season 4 is my life right now, and SemmyCraft it's a meme. People ask, where's SemmyCraft? I'm like, oh, he's in the closet. He's dead. Don't worry about him. So
yeah, I saw them bring it up sometimes in Will's chat, which you're usually always in, and I want to get it more into that if you don't mind.
Yeah, ask away.
Yeah, you and your, I guess your friend, is that safe to say, Wild Bill?
I guess we're friends. Yeah.
I don't know.
Friends.
Okay, so you're friends. An unlikely meeting, I would imagine, but the algorithms brought you together. I guess you just ended up talking to him. You guys ended up being friends. You're doing collabs. You're working together. Always see you in the chat. Like, how do you even find the time? Because I feel like when I'm in some chats, I swear it's like I can't spend more time than I'd like to sometimes, which I feel bad about. But you seem to always be there.
So when you make over 200 videos in the span of 9 months, I can cut a video razor speed, the speed of light. I'll take a hour and 10 minutes of footage, and if I want to sit down and say, okay, I want to have a life today, I'm going to focus. That video is done in 26 minutes. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Right.
Like, it's muscle memory. Boom, 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 boom. And I try to do that just so I'll have time to, like, in this case, what if I do my downtime, like a chill Will streaming? Okay. I like his chat a lot. I like his vibe. He's someone that you can put in just background noise, or like, I just try to mess with him, say dumb stuff in chat. Like, we're friends. I talk to him on VCs every other night, text him mostly every day, once or twice about whatever. He's a good guy. I'm not a bit, I keep my circle small in terms of like socially. And so, yeah, Will's, you asked me how I find the time. I efficiently rush through my videos sometimes, not the recording process.
Obviously you can't. Yeah.
When it comes to editing, if I want to focus, that baby's done in half an hour.
That's admirable, because I'm like a snail when it comes to editing.
But that's what I'm saying. So was I. But you make hundreds of videos.
Yeah.
It's muscle memory. It's like you're just writing on a piece of paper at that point. Like, I got, like, I've showed Will how I edit. He's like, dude, how do you do that? I'm like, I've done it for almost a year. So
yeah, you're almost going on a year, right? When's the I guess
sorry, our first video was it's my channel. My first video was August 29th, 28th or 29th. So it's been about 9 months.
34K in one year. That's pretty good, man. That's a good run.
I'll be honest, people like to say, oh, it was lucky and all that.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
My first video, here's my take on that. My first video that reached some sort of blow up was like my 7th or 8th video, some random slime climb challenge. Do I think it was a little bit, can I pinpoint the reason as to why that video blew up? No. Do I think a little bit of luck? Sure. But people forget, like, and this is my take on this. You have one video do well. Listen, I double, triple, quadrupled down on that, kept going, rode the wave, and I kept the audience. Like, it's like 95% skill, in my opinion. People who maybe don't succeed on YouTube as quickly as they want to, I feel like they're more likely to blame other sources. And no, there's always ways you can improve. Every time I make a thumbnail or title today, I still think, what can I improve on? If I have a video that gets a less average view duration than a video, I think, okay, why did that one not do as well? What can I improve on? I'm not perfect. Every single time I upload content or I make content, I think, what will make someone click on this video more likely than another to, I spend almost more time on title and thumbnail than I do editing my videos, and that's not a lie. So
yeah, because that's the first thing that people see. So I can understand why you do that. Yeah.
Arguably, sorry, one more quick thing on that. Arguably, my opinion is title and thumbnail are at the least equally as important as your video. I believe
keep it on the same level.
Yeah.
Respect. There you go. Listen, if you didn't get any good information from this guy on this stream, I don't know what is, because this is the most I've gotten in terms of like hearing it. Because the thing is, man, I want to make a lot more videos, but I'm having like hardware issues. So I don't know if I'm sure you've seen a couple of my streams. I get that like weird lag. It kind of happens just now.
Yeah.
So thankfully for the support that, my viewers have given me, I'm going to be able to upgrade this and really start doing that, because I'm trying to collect all this, because soon, like, I really want to start making content. Now, it may not be Fall Guys related, but I get what you're saying. Like, again, getting those upgraded thumbnails and videos. So I appreciate you sharing all this, man.
And this is the tip of the iceberg. Like, I would love to like host like little meetings with people who just want to, just basically evaluating their stuff. Like, it wouldn't be for free I got time to do stuff. It wouldn't be that pricey though. Point is, I would love to be like a strategist for some people and just be like very hard, honest. If your video sucks, if your thumbnail sucks, I wouldn't say that, but like, where can you improve yourself? So much of people's videos, you can make the best video, but if the thumbnail is trash, it doesn't matter. Not enough people want to click on it. You can make a killer thumbnail, but if the intro is 30 seconds long of you just sitting there explaining what's going to happen and not getting into the video, no one's going to watch it.
Yeah.
So people, need to find that sweet spot. I love doing that. I do it for Will for free. You're welcome, Will. I've talked to Bursing. If you know Bursing, I've been helping him out because he wants to start making stuff. So I recently was giving him like paragraphs of information on his video just to help him out because he's a good guy. But yeah, I'm such a nerd for that stuff. I love like YouTube optimization nonsense and why people click off and why people will click this thumbnail over the next thumbnail. So yeah.
That's good. That's what makes or breaks it, man. Separates the men from the boys. Anything else you'd like to voluntarily share that you think people should know that's like the major key? I know you said don't put too much weight on just live streaming and that's it. You got to have content. Don't put too much weight on collaborating. You've also mentioned that shorts ain't the way to go. You want to elaborate on that exactly? What you mean by that?
If you want to get subs and that number going higher just tickles your fancy, then only do shorts.
Right.
You could do like not even good shorts, right? And one could just pop off and you'll get 10K subs.
Right.
The real value from YouTube as a content creator is when you put over an hour into recording, edit a 15-minute video, and thousands of people show up to watch that. And they're there for you, not just because they're going like this on their phone and you just happen to pop up. If you want gratification from you, if you just want subs, oh my God, go steal content of Ronaldo hitting this sick goal, post it 35 times, and then suddenly it's like, oh my God, I have a soccer channel called Soccer Prodigies and it has 30K subs. Like, go ahead, do that. But if you want gratification from your hard work, it's like, it's not going to come from shorts. I'm not saying people won't do shorts are bad people. Their content's bad. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's if you want. So I think shorts. I just think TikTok. I don't value TikTok. I don't use it in terms of posting. But if you want that YouTube, if you want to get in what you're putting out, videos succeeding, I'm telling you, it's such a high. It is such a high, and which also means it's such a low when a video flops. It's equally as much of a low, but videos aren't for everyone.
Yeah, my mod just pinged me about somebody doing that. Like, where they would just post like just straight up sports videos. Even Vitae self-admittedly says like he thinks he should be significantly lower in terms of sub count because of the sports shorts hack.
That's what I'm saying. And then at the end of the day, you look at that and you say, okay, I don't know how many subs Vitae has. I'm not calling Vitae out, but let's say like at the end of the day, you look at like, oh, I have 8K subs. My video got 200 views. That's just going to sting.
Yeah.
More so than if you had 500 subs, you didn't post shorts, and your video got 200 views. You think, oh, that's pretty good. Like, it's not terrible. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
I will never post shorts. I posted it at the start of the channel.
Really? Hot take.
I'm not posting. I don't care.
No shorts at all?
No, I don't care. People say there's some awesome. There's like, say there's something crazy that happens in a stream. Someone's like, oh, clip that, make it a short. I'm like, no, because if it gets 100K views, they're not going to watch my videos. I don't want to see me go from 34K subs to 40K subs, but my views on a video go from 15K to 15K. It doesn't, I don't know, maybe that's me. I don't want that to happen. I don't want a short to pop off. It's a different audience. It's not my target audience. Well, even if it's a Fall Guys content, I'm not targeting Fall Guys shorts viewers. Right. I'm not targeting the iPad kids who can't sit through my video that's 12 and a half minutes long.
Yeah.
Like that, I got older people that watch me, like teenagers, more older people in terms of the Fall Guys community that are more built for what I'm doing. Not, respect the iPad kids. Like they make people a ton of money somewhere. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Interesting take.
You will if you ever see a short on my channel, you can shoot me dead because it's not happening.
Right.
It's not happening.
I know you did, but you stopped, and I'm assuming that's probably when you realized, like, I don't really want to be doing this.
Well, I stopped early on because I put like 5 shorts on, and that's when like my videos started getting traction. So I thought, okay, why would I post shorts if like I gotta grind on videos? Because like money was never the motivation.
Yeah.
But videos get that watch time, obviously. You look at the, any YouTuber will look at the monetization requirements, like, oh, it'd be cool. Videos get that watch time. I saw my videos are doing well. I'm not posting shorts. I'm not gonna, that's when I stopped back then. And obviously, like I just right now, you'll never see another short on my channel ever.
Okay. That's interesting. Wow. Yeah. Well, I'll be sure to make that into a short.
Feel free, yes. SemmyTen's opinion on shorts and why you shouldn't post them. Gone wrong.
I will never post a short. That's very good. But you know what? I get what you're trying to say. You're not shitting on it in the sense of that it's like irrelevant or doesn't mean anything. It's just that you have a specific focus, and that's making long form content that people want to watch throughout. I get exactly what you're saying. It's not really hard. It's not really complicated. It's just rearranging your focus. There are some people that
lagging out a bit.
The dreaded laptop lag. You want a mic check for me, Ren, real quick?
Testing.
We're good to go. Okay. Sorry about that. So, like I said, equipment issues. But yeah, it's not that you're not saying that it doesn't matter at all. It's just, you're re-engaging your focus, and I can appreciate that. You kind of reminded me, I'm not going to lie, when I first saw your videos, you kind of reminded me, and I'm sure, I don't know if you are old enough to remember this, but do you remember the old days of YouTube, man, where everybody was just making COD commentaries?
Dude, I could rip off so many COD OGs right now.
You know what I'm saying? That you really brought me back to those times, but with Fall Guys. And I really appreciate it.
Man, you're gassing me up because I used to watch all those. That's like.
Do you know what I'm talking about then?
That's such a cool compliment, dude. I watch like White Boy 7th Street, like X-Jaws, all these OGs doing these COD commentaries. And you know what it was back then? They were regular people just being themselves, playing a game that they loved.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing right now. So it's funny you say that. I've never heard anyone say that, but that's like a S tier compliment. Thank you. Because I used to, when I was like, 12, 13, 14, my mom finally let me get Call of Duty when I was in like 7th grade or 8th grade or something. I don't even remember. I would binge watch these COD people back then. So, yeah. Yeah,
man, that was good times. And that's exactly what it reminded me of. So I don't know, like it's good to see that kind of like almost recycle. And I kind of feel that happening in Fall Guys, because I swear the amount of Fall Guys montages that remind me of how they used to do it with the COD montages.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like, and I know you know this kid, Psycho. I made a montage for him.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted it very like close to how they used to make it. I was like, dude, this reminds me of the old like Call of Duty montages that people used to make. Yeah. And then he like got that from someone else, and there was a bunch of other streamers that did it too. But it's just nice to see. I don't know. It's like nostalgic in a way.
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, there's an audience to watch someone actually enjoying themselves playing a game.
Right. Right.
Doesn't have to be. I've never sat there, and been like goody two shoes, right? Like I'll hate on Fall Guys if it pisses me off. Like I'll say some bad stuff about it, but I'm just being myself. And at the end of the day, like I'm having fun. Watch you want to watch me have fun? It's there. I don't put in these. Oh, one more thing that reminds me of what you were talking about, YouTube tips and stuff.
Go for it.
No one will care about your highly edited video at all. I don't care if you spend 8 hours editing it if you're not entertaining yourself. Don't let your edits carry your video. I don't care how many sound effects, cuts, zooms. If you have Bozo the Clown running across your screen for 10 minutes, you need to. I only thought of that because like I thought to myself, like I just play the game. I don't do much edits. You need to build yourself, discover who you are, find yourself, find your brand of content before you say, let me pay an editor or let me spend 6 hours editing this video so it looks like that God made it himself.
Yeah.
Worry about yourself. That's huge. And that's a huge thing I would tell anyone. It's not about the editing. The editing is the icing on top. You are the cake. I know it's a dumb analogy, but like
no, I get what you're saying.
People want to see. If you put in some silly edits, well-timed, that helps. But yeah, sorry, sidetrack because I thought no. But yeah, I forgot to say that earlier. So that's
I like that. I like what you're saying. Yeah. That's another extra bonus tip for us to be blessed with. But yeah, like that is true, and we can now move on to the more juicy stuff. We're at the hour mark, so I'm down to really.
I'm having fun. Take your time.
Okay. Hey, I want to respect your time, my brother. But if you want to do longer.
I'll be all right.
All right. If you need anything, bathroom break, you just let me know, brother. We can take a break.
All right.
So, speaking of having fun while you're playing, Horizon plays.
My best friend.
Your number one subject for a little while. You dropped a video on him. I'm gonna tell you my experience, and then we'll bounce off that. So, one of the things. So at first, when I first watched his streams. Right, he made me kind of laugh because he was bashing on the game a lot, but then I saw that every single stream, and then it started to kind of dawn on me, like, this dude really don't like this game. Like, he really don't want to play it. Like, that's the impression that I got off of. So the incident happened with you. You called him out for what you believed was him, making fun of people with autism. I thought you were being a little unfair. I'm not gonna lie. Just from that clip alone at the time. But then I did a little more research. I dug into your comments. I saw some people making compilations of him making jokes again with a similar subject, where he directly said like, "Oh, you guys are being special" or something like that.
Yes.
That coupled with his negative attitude, I think, was the biggest issue that caused him basically his downfall, like you said. The disappointing downfall, as you called it. I don't know if you think I'm being like fair with that, but like, what do you think? Because I feel like, again, like it was just all that negative energy made it to where no matter what he said, people were just going to take it negatively. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care if he was the nicest guy in the world, though. Here's my take on it. So me personally, without going into too much detail, like, I don't even care. I've told my stream this for years of my life. At one point, I worked with people with autism. I've worked with adults with autism. I've worked with kids who literally can never speak, will never be able to speak in their life. And I've seen the effect on their families. I've seen the effect on their quality of life. I've been with kids before who are 10 years old and they can't even bathe themselves. They're just, it's so sad, right? Point is, the way I went about that, and the reason I tweeted about it, because it bothered me so much in the moment, is because I don't care if you're the nicest guy in the world. If you did what he did, I don't care if he didn't think it was attacking a certain group, not attacking.
Yeah.
Making fun of a certain group. because he didn't think it was. Point is, and I've had dozens, and that's the honest truth, comments of people who watch me saying that they have autism, and like they thanked me for making or for being like calling that out. Here's the thing. It may not offend me or you personally, but there's going to be people out there. Dude, he's streaming in front of 100 people. About probably 70 of them are kids. That's not something that I agreed with that you should do. You know, and I'm not saying, I've said this on my stream too. You think I don't make these X-rated jokes with my friends sometimes, like talking about like, you know, I'm not autism jokes. I'm going to make that clear. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like just inappropriate stuff. If I'm just with my girlfriend or stuff, it's a difference, in my opinion, when you're in front of an impressionable audience versus just hanging with the boys. Like,
yeah,
you know, if I'm talking to Will late at night, I'm going to say a joke that I would never say on stream. And it's not like, that's not the point. I'm not saying, oh, be politically correct no matter where you go. Like, oh my God, that's not what I'm saying.
Obviously, we're not saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, he did it in front of kids. That hand motion he did and the noises he did is something when I was in elementary school, middle school, kids would make fun of people who had special, like in special education, they would make fun of them by doing that. Like, and it just did not sit well with me. I'm like, dude, you're a grown man. I know he's younger than me, but he's like an adult. Just don't do that. I don't care if I already knew he had a negative tone to him from other stuff, but it just bothered me. And I thought, listen, if some random commenter calls him out, he's not going to pay no attention. But if I say something, he's probably going to have to acknowledge it. And I just wanted him to acknowledge it because it didn't sit right with me. And I'm like, dude, like, I've seen what certain disabilities do to people and does to their families. And you don't pile on with that.
Okay.
You don't pile on with that. I don't care who you are. You're in front of an audience of 100 people. That's why it didn't sit right with me. I've seen the effect it has on families, on parents' lives, on the kids themselves. It's just like, it's 2023. I thought like, I thought that ended when I was like in 7th grade. Like that's, and hey, at the end of the day, not everyone's going to agree with it. I did what I thought was right in the moment. And I stand by it. That's
what I was, and that's fine. And I'll give you pushback on it because I believe that it probably was maybe do you feel like, let me ask you this instead of like accusing you of it. Like, do you feel like maybe it was more of like your personal experiences and maybe like you had like a bias towards jokes like that? Because to me, it was just a really juvenile, corny joke. I did not take it like he was making fun of people with autism because, and I'll explain why, but I'm just curious on that part before I say anything else. Do you feel like it was more of like your personal bias maybe leaking over than it was like you actually looking at Horizon for who he is?
I don't think that's who he is.
You don't think
I've said this in my video and I've said on stream, I don't know if he's a bad person. I don't know him. I'm not using, and I've said that he could be a great guy. I've never once said he's a bad person, but that is, so my opinion, you were asking, it was my bias?
Yeah, do you feel like it's your personal experience with people with autism? Because I'll give you my side, but I want to hear from you first. Like, maybe do you feel like it's because of that you felt the need to say that?
It definitely helped, but also I don't want to associate the word bias with supporting a group of people who are notoriously.
I think the word, let me clarify. I think what I'm trying to say is not that you have a bias. I think it's that because of your life experiences, it was a more visceral reaction versus someone who maybe hasn't experienced that.
Yes, because it hit home.
Right.
Like I said, obviously, if I have never, so let's say it didn't hit home at all. Let's say I've never had any personal interactions with anyone with autism. Would I still think it's a bad joke? Yeah. But obviously then, it would, I would think he's being stupid. But obviously, because I've seen it for years face to face and I've dealt with it. And I know, here's the thing, the Fall Guys community, I've had a lot of people openly mention they have autism. One of my mods has autism. Same. And they're just there, and it's like people are open about it, and it just, Yeah.
I got you. No, I'm with you, man.
I guess. Like,
yeah, I'm with you. I know them by name. Yeah.
I don't want to give off this vibe that your question bothered me. I'm just thinking, like, yeah, it did.
Yeah,
because I want to hear your side.
Yeah, of course, and that's what I was going to allude to. Like, because I had a different experience, growing up with folks with autism. I had folks, you know what I mean, in my high school class, dude, very like able to communicate, can pick up on jokes. You know what I mean? There was different levels, and I don't want to speak ignorantly on it, but I've also seen what you said, where nonverbal, a lot of the same actions. I've seen both. One of them was one of my closest homies throughout all of high school, man. This dude used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Look at my cards right there. He used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! With me, and he would talk the most disgusting crap I've ever heard, and we would come back at him about that. You see what I'm saying? It was a different era. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying, but there was a mutual understanding between me and him that we were just having fun. We were just talking. I'm not saying this is the case for Horizon, but I'm saying that in my experience, right, I've seen both. I've seen all forms of, like you said, this autism, the autism condition, to where maybe I didn't have as much of a visceral reaction as you did when I saw that. To me, I was like, that's just a really corny joke that he made. I didn't take it as like he's attacking those people. And I don't think anyone, as far as I know, would have the gall to come on here and say that that's something you should make fun of. And which we got to give him credit where credit is due. He said, look, that is not what I meant at all.
Of course.
So I don't know. I mean, I didn't take it as he was lying, because it takes a lot of cojones to actually get on there and say, hey, look, I was wrong for that. If that's why you took it, that's not what I meant. And I don't think he did. Like, I'm not saying he was a good dude. I watched a lot of his streams, and he's a negative Nancy, man. But I don't think in that moment, at least, he meant it that way. I don't think. But sorry, I want to talk on your personal experience. No, go ahead.
So what you mentioned, like you had a friend who he had autism? Correct.
And by his own omission, he was on what, I don't know what else they called it outside of the special ed class. They had a special, class that they would go to, and they would assimilate there. But after school, we would always hang out. Yeah.
Okay. And here's the thing. Of course those people exist. And
right.
I'll see TikToks blow up, and I'm sure people have seen these where it's like, I'm checking if my brother really has autism, or is he just trying to like joke with us, and like they'll get like 1 million likes. And like if the brother's in on it, if they're in on it, and if they give you that like vibe where it's like they don't care, that's one thing. But the people it offends, and here's my like retort if I had to think of one,
that's fine,
is the people that it offends can't speak up for themselves.
Yeah.
Like, so although I agree, like, let's say I have a friend who's, I don't know, like he's like, let's say I have a friend who's got a terrible hairline and he's balding and he's like 22 years old. And like, I'll like be like, oh, what is your hairline? Like a jigsaw puzzle? Like, and he's laughing at it. I know it's a very minute comparison to autism. Point is, I
get your analogy. You're good, man.
Yeah.
You're safe here, brother. I know what you mean.
So if, the reason I did it is because you can have that personal experience, and that makes sense. Like if you're the friend you're referencing was okay cracking jokes and saying this like really crazy stuff, like I think that's funny if like they can find humor in it.
Yeah.
If we're all chill, then like fine,
bro. But like I cannot repeat the stuff that he would say, bro.
Which is fine.
He would like use it against me. Like use it against me. Yeah, I mean, we're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, so imagine. Yeah. When I lose to him, what he would say. Just imagine. I'm gonna let you use your imagination.
No, I know. Yeah, I can picture it.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
and that's
I don't know if it's an error thing. I don't know if it's like everyone's different. You know what I'm saying? But I used to like hang out with people with that, like with that condition, and it's like
that's the thing.
They don't all act like that. You know what I mean? They don't.
You were just being boys. And that's which goes back to where I kind of draw the line is like, I don't want Horizon to have 20 kids look at, or 20, like 50 kids watch him do that and think, oh, that's funny, let me do it.
Yeah.
Because then they will inevitably, it's a trickle down effect in my mind, will inevitably do it with their friends, maybe do it at school. And then they'll offend someone who can't speak up for themselves. And it's just like, it's about being a role model. Like people have influence over a lot of kids streaming this game. I do. not that I like influence in terms of like I influence them, but in terms of like if I say something that's funny or that I think is funny, I repeatedly say it, like people, like kids will be they're easily impressionable, obviously. That's so for you with your friend, he beats you at Yu-Gi-Oh! And he says, wow, you just lost to, yada, yada. There you go. Like, obviously, like that's one thing. Like, if he's in on it, like that's funny. Like, good for him, but it goes back to, I sound like a broken record, but it just goes back to, he did on stream.
You're just saying by default, that's not something you should even remotely joke about, even if it's like an inkling of it. Like, even
unless there's a situation like you where like you're buddies with someone and they definitely tell you like if they make fun of themselves for it, which, it's a spectrum, right?
Exactly.
There's high functioning autism where you wouldn't even be able to know they have autism, right? And they could crack jokes about it. If that's the case, fine. It's like, it's
yeah, and that's all I'm saying. And to your credit, that's what I mean. Like when I saw the video that you posted, I was like, really? You think like, is it that you think they all act like that? But then again, you have personal experience. I didn't know that before I talked to you. So I'm going to acknowledge I was wrong for assuming that you were being accusatory, because I didn't know that in your personal experience, you've seen that. Whereas in mine, I've seen all sides. I've seen very, folks who are very extremely high functioning. And I've seen the same that you've said, where it's nonverbal and it's devastating. It's hard to deal with. It's something that, by the grace of God, I don't know how people deal with it. To be honest with you, to be frank, but they do, and it's a type of love that I can't even imagine. Credit to those folks, and shout out to them. But that's why when I saw that, I was like, really, SemmyTen? Like you kind of. But again, I can understand why. So I'm not saying that you're wrong for it, because at the end of the day, you're 100% right. I would never go on this platform, God is my witness, and say that's something to joke about, because it's not. But I'm just saying that at first glance, when I saw it, and me and my chat talked about this, my mod was here, it felt a little unfair at the time. But knowing what I know about Horizon, knowing that it is not the first time he made an inkling of that type of joke, right? Because even you can't tell me, I've never even said that type of like inkling of a joke. The closest thing I've said was like, you're a real special being, but that was to a specific person at a specific time. And that was not me saying like he has autism. That was me more like saying like he's a unique characteristic. But you see how me just saying that can be clipped and taken out of context?
Of course.
That's what I thought it was.
And I want to make this very clear, is that if you ever know me in real life, I have no filter sometimes. If I'm just, with some friends, I'm not saying like I'm saying anything. There's things you don't mess with, right? That's one of them.
Obviously, I know what you're
I'm not going around saying slurs. That's basically what I'm saying. But dude, like my humor is really dark sometimes. But time and place.
Yeah.
I would never do it on my stream. Never even flirt with doing something that could be misconstrued. I think the worst I said, which is funny because I accidentally said it like a couple streams ago or a few streams ago. I'm trying to remember. Someone said, I don't know if like Will was in the chat and someone said something about like Will got slapped or something, because I said, oh, as long as you're not slapping your Willie. And then I was like, wait, why did I say that? It was like the first thing that came to my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know. But like on a real note, like there's a unwritten rule in my brain where, okay, I'm live. I know how to act. I'm not going to be talking how I talk when I'm watching a football game, or whatever, if I'm having road rage. So yeah.
I just have I guess I'm a little more like, in that situation specifically, and we'll continue on after this. I'm not going to harp on it any longer. I just had a little more like, I had a little more sympathy for Horizon because I've made maybe those stupid juvenile jokes, and seeing you call it out, right, made me think like, damn, like, am I wrong here? Am I just messed up here? You know what I mean? So it was a self-reflective moment for me personally. But I feel like, and then we'll get in, and like I said, we'll move on after this. I'm not going to harp on it any longer, but, it really made me like reevaluate and maybe rethink. And maybe it's me. Maybe it is me, because I've made a joke in that similar style. I was playing Fortnite and I was saying like, people that just use the machine guns are dumb. And I was like, you know, doing the joke. I'm not even gonna do it now because it's a emotionally charged topic. But it made me wonder, like, it made me rethink things. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, the last thing I want to say on this is I'm a huge fan of the way of thinking of, listen, there's groups of people that cannot speak up for themselves, and like how you and I can. And imagine if, how would you feel? And this isn't you personally, just the universal you. How would you feel if, like, you were in a grocery store and there was a mom with her son who was in a wheelchair, and some 12-year-old kid mocked him the way he looked? How would you feel? You probably, any decent man would be like, what is wrong with you, dude?
Yeah.
And that's what I don't want. I don't want something to be okay just because it's like, oh, it's just on the internet, it'll never translate to real life. No, because there's kids in those chats that are impressionable. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, think of the real life scenarios. So
yeah, it's something you pointed out, and then I mean, at the end of the day, he handled it, he admitted, and he apologized. So I think, you know, in credit to him in this particular situation that we're talking about, he did apologize.
I know. And I don't think, and I got to say this, I don't think Horizon's a bad guy. I don't know him. He could be, you know, the dude made Fall Guys news videos. I'd also be,
he was my go-to.
I'd be a grumpy man too if I had to make Fall Guys news videos. I don't know how he did. I give him credit. I would just quit.
Yeah.
Point is, you never, and this is true for anyone, I don't care how much you watch someone, you don't know them. So I'm not going to sit here and say Horizon's a terrible person. He could be a great guy. He could love his family. He could have great friends. And I've never given off that sense, I hope, that I think he's a bad person, because I don't know him. And
I don't think that. I don't think that's anyone's assuming that. I think you're just calling him out for what he did. But I guess I don't want to harp on this any longer. I think we're clear. But my argument is just like, what was his intent? Was he intentionally targeting them? Because I know your example you brought was, if someone was pointing at someone, any decent human being would be mad. But I don't know if in that moment he did. I know he's had in the past.
No, can I talk on that? It wasn't intentional.
Okay. So then we are on the same page then.
No, I don't think he thought, let me make fun of autistic people.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
I don't think that. Obviously, I know he didn't think that in the moment, but that's the thing. You don't want that to become part of your just subconscious.
Yeah. Okay.
As a go-to joke. That's, I don't, obviously he didn't sit there and think, let me make fun of autistic people today. No, like, I just think if he's done it before, that's like when you see people just drop slurs very freely. If you catch like these public videos, people are filming. And they like, drop it casually. The first time you've done that.
I got you. Let's move on. Because I get it sounds like we're exactly on the same page. I just wanted to give you a little pushback from it, because it was a little bit of a debate on our stream, but it was a good one, because again, like, it is good that you did that, and any person who can own their stuff, any real man, for lack of a better way to put it, you got to own your stuff. If you may have offended someone or not, hey, just throw it out there. Hey, I didn't mean this. And that's kind of like what happened with the Nick Smirk situation. You know what I mean? He said what he said. He clarified it. He owned it. And that's it. That's all life is.
I agree.
Yeah. Let's talk about the big topic in terms of the smaller creators in you, man.
You gotta enlighten me.
Yeah, huh?
You gotta enlighten me.
I got you.
Yeah, please.
I'm in the little circle here. So let's start with one thing. I gotta take notes for this one, because this is gonna be hard to unpack, and I don't want to come accusatory to you, but this is a good time to get to know you, and that way we can clear the air on this thing. So for some reason, there's a lot of how do I say this? Maybe people are misunderstanding you, but let's just say people are saying you're coming off a little what's a good word I can use? Maybe like a little arrogant sometimes, in terms of specifically in chat. Now, you came to my stream, right? It was a competitive stream. We talked about it a little bit in the Discord, but it was a competitive stream. We were playing leaderboard customs, right? I've been doing it for over almost a year now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fun.
It's a very competitive format. Things get heated, things get said. Do you feel like maybe because of your influence in the community. Because you're not gonna sit here and cap me and act like you don't got influence in the community, bro. You can't. Okay.
I wasn't going to.
Okay, good. Do you feel like maybe when you do it, it hits different?
Obviously, but that's the funny part to me.
That's okay. Good. Okay. So with that,
yeah. Sorry, go.
Okay. So with that, you seem to enjoy the banter, regardless of who they are, regardless of what they do, regardless of age. Do you want to just tell people now what to expect from you so they don't get upset? Because this has been, I'm telling you, within like other creators as well, within viewers, some of them have a bad taste about you because they think you're coming off as arrogant. I'm trying to put you in the best light possible. No. So go ahead and explain if you'd like, or I can get more specific if you need.
Okay. Am I arrogant? Oh yeah. When I'm playing that stupid bean game and I'm competing, you bet your bottom dollar I'm like, I want to beat you. Dude, I've been a competitive gamer since I was playing Smash Bros on the GameCube, beat my older brother who's like 5 years older. I would beat him every time when I was like 7 years old. Point is, I think it's hilarious when for example, I was in your custom.
Yeah.
And some kid who I haven't heard of, he beats me one game and he ats me in all caps, SemmyTen, you're so trash. And I know that they think, oh, he's not going to say anything. He's got a reputation to uphold. What am I going to sit there? I don't care. Like in the grand scheme of things, I look at that as like, oh, this will be fun. Like, let's just spice it up. I don't care who you are. So like, you know, I think the next 2 games I won, and I was like, I remember a comment. The kid said, I won the 2 games. And he's like, oh, I'm not playing in this one. I got to take my dog out. And I replied with, oh, I thought I already took you out. Like I don't curse at nobody. I don't say anything personal. Listen, when I'm playing something that I'm competing in, I'm an arrogant guy. It's to a fault. You know, I get this. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's always a good thing or it's always in good humor, but I am very competitive.
I got that impression.
I don't want to sit there and have some silly kid be like, yo, you're so trash. And then when I win the next 2 games, what am I going to do? Be silent? I just can't do that. It's like, come on, I'll have the banter. You're going to call me trash. I'll say I walked you like a dog. We'll go our separate ways. It's like you won some games. I won some games. And that's who I am. And that's how I am on stream. If I'm like competing with people and like I beat someone sweaty in a solo or in a custom, like, oh, I'll go off on them. I'll never curse. I'll never say nothing personal, but I'll go off. And the people in my stream who watch me normally know that that's like the SemmyTen character played up a bit.
Right.
Like I don't go around to Walmart saying, oh, I'm better than you, buddy. I just saved $10 with this coupon. Like I'm a chill guy in person.
Obviously.
This is all for memes. It's not like, and I take pride in that. Like I know like you're not going to see like other creators doing that, like gonna go talking trash and people. Just laughing because I don't care. It was just so funny.
We're back. Sorry about that. Back. Yeah, we got you last where you said like Stentrick isn't going to be in the chat.
Yeah.
You know?
Point is, it's like, do I care that I want a custom? No. I just think it's so funny that. Are we good or no?
Yeah, we're good. They're just sorry. It's delayed, obviously a couple seconds, so they're going to see it late. Right. Yeah, you're good.
Listen, 100%. I'm a grown man. I will admit. Can I get cocky? Of course. I've been a competitive, sweaty, stupid gamer my whole life. I grew up with one brother, an older brother, who I would love to beat. Mario Kart, Smash Bros, whatever it is. Oh, I would love to beat him because it was the only thing we did together. And like that kind of, you know, whether it was sports growing up, played baseball, I was just ultra competitive. So it's the whole talking trash in chat. It is just in good fun. I like, listen, last thing. If you come at me I think it's hilarious for me to chime back because they're not expecting me to with the same energy. Like,
right.
That's why
I don't know if that's what it is, but I will say that in this case, that seemed to be exactly what did happen.
Yeah.
And I talked to him about it. I explained to him, he's just as competitive as you are. This is just, I told him, listen, man, Michael Jordan was one of the most infamous trash talkers, but he's also the GOAT. It's just part of that type of, that's what you get when you're in that type of environment. If you're a competitive person, if you'd like to compete, you're going to get that type of thing. However, I think that's maybe where me and you differ. Like, and I think that's why maybe, like, I guess you said to a fault, but you admitted it yourself. You understand that there's going to be like there's going to be a pushback that comes with that.
It ain't for everyone.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's like, like there's just some people that are just not going to jive with that.
Which is fine. They don't have to watch me. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
Some people just want to chill, but and that's the thing. You'll have kids who say like, "Oh, you're so trash. Like, you suck." They say that, in my opinion, under the false security blanket of, "Oh, he can't say anything back because he's one of the more influential people."
Yeah.
Like, that's where I'm like, all right, I don't really care. It's fine. And once again, it's not for everyone. I don't care if it's not for you, then you don't have to come to my streams. But people who are at my streams and videos know that's just the kind of vibe I give off sometimes. And like I said, that is who I am sometimes. Like I said, if I think I'm better than you and I'm getting competitive, oh man, I want to beat you. Like, even if I'm just playing on Will's stream and like, we're like neck and neck on some random race round and he goes silent and I know he wants to beat me so bad and I'm like, I gotta beat him. I gotta beat this idiot because he thinks he can it makes it fun for me. And there's gonna be people in chat who think I'm I'm sure I can say this, think I'm an a-hole for it. And you know what? I know I come off as it. Are you kidding me?
That's what I wanted to lead to. It's because I know. Listen, it's your live stream. It's your YouTube. I'm gonna make a note of this real quick because I don't want to lose topic. I have small brain. I know it's your channel. I know. Listen, you can run your YouTube however you want to run your YouTube, but the concern comes from how you act on other chats. That's where like people are saying like you're kind of like you're almost coming off a little bit as like a bully because when you say something like, yeah, I don't care if you think you can get away with this, I'm gonna still clap back anyway. And it's kind of like, it's almost like, but why? Like, why die on that hill? You know what I mean? Like, I know, for example, like there's like, I'm the same way as you. Don't get it twisted, bro. I come up military background, Marine Corps. Like, listen, dude, I've heard it all and I get it. I'm right there with you. If I'm on a chat with you and me and you were talking smack to each other, I can take it, bro. And I can dish it. But I know that's because we're both competitive people. But I also know that if I see someone being upset, like in chat, or like maybe like the streamer is getting upset, I'm gonna be like, hey man, I ain't mean nothing by it. I'm just playing with you. But bro, you really be digging into it, dog. You go deeper, man. And it's coming off a little wrong.
Are you using that example with the guy in your stream?
No. I'm saying
I don't
in
go
general.
around doing this. Like, I don't know who you're hearing stuff from. I'm usually just in Will's chat. If I'm not in Will's chat,
yeah, I know.
Usually I'm chilling. I don't know.
But the times that you have been in other streamers, I can't name them. There's a few others. There is one he gave me the permission to name.
Who?
And hold on, let me lead to it. Let me say something.
All right.
I got you. He's ready to go in. There has been situations where, and I'll name the one streamer, but there has been situations where you have gone to it and they felt as though you have been like bullying towards like their community and to all that. So I'm just letting you know, like, especially like other creators, they're starting to feel like almost like they almost feel like they want to distance themselves from you now because of that attitude. But you're just letting it be known now that just is who you are. You seem to not really want to back down from that, bro.
Who is it?
Can we get that first and then I'll tell you? Like you that's just who you are.
Okay.
It just is what it is.
Before I know who it is, I just would like to say I wish they would have told me, because I don't remember ever being told that
right
from someone.
Yeah, I mean, some people aren't going to really confront you on that because that's an intimidating way to be. You know this. Like when you're a dominant force and you're talking crap over someone, it's not everybody can take that. Like you know this, though, Semmy. Like you know this.
You know what? You know why? You know why I think
you act
what
like
I do?
you act like you haven't made your brother upset before when you beat him. You know you did.
You know
but
why?
When
I think
you talk
I
smack,
do?
it really hurts.
It goes back to me not thinking I'm better than you just because I have X amount of subs or views. So like because of that, in which I've told you that before, I just made the connection. It also leads to me just like not thinking twice as like being potentially how I come off, because I think we're on an even playing field. If you're a grown man, I think we're on an even playing field in terms of like competing in a stupid game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so that adds to it, because like you say, oh, you know, you're coming in with this influence, acting like you could come off a certain way, and you're 100,000,000% right. 100,000,000% right. But to me, why that makes sense, because I don't go into a say someone with like 100 or like 1,000 subs is doing customs, and it's like a leaderboard thing. I don't go in there thinking I'm better than them. Like
I know
socially,
that, but that's not what it's portraying, my brother.
No, I know. You think No, I know. Like you don't got to convince me. You think, how many times do you think my girlfriend's told me it's not what you say, it's how you say it?
Right.
Like I know that 100%.
Because bro, I clap back too, but like I'm just saying friendly advice, just know when to pull back. Like know when to be like, all right, this person obviously can't take it. I probably should just like let it go.
Okay,
I've literally told
give me
people
the
before.
example.
I've literally, and I'll let you give the example. I've literally told someone before in my chat, I was like, look, I would never joke like that with you ever again. But the other people, they get it because they know where my heart is. But go ahead, give your example. Go ahead.
No, I'm asking you for the name because I am so curious.
Oh, okay. Like
before you tell me,
sure.
Because the way we're talking makes it sound like, and I know I'm not saying that you are saying this.
That's fine.
But it sounds like I go into chat and I'm like, F you, I just beat you.
No.
It just gives me this vibe that like I go around like menacing like I'm some virus.
No. Let me be very clear. I'm not talking about this. I knocked my mic off. All right. I'm not talking about like the smack talk that you do when it's a competitive environment. I can't really like, I would advise you to know when to pull back on certain people. Maybe the youth may not process it as well, right? Because you get it, but I don't think they do. I don't think they're emotionally mature to know that. So that's my only thing I would say. But do you are who you are. I'm not gonna tell you how to do it. I'm just saying, as a fellow like human being, I would be like, hey, like maybe be careful on who you're doing it to. If you see that they're getting upset, however, do you. Again, everyone's different. But that's not what I mean. What I'm saying is like just the overall, like who SemmyTen is and how you come into chat and who your status is. I just wish you would be a little more conscious of like you know that you're a person of influence, so maybe just be a little more careful on what you say because they may take it immediately wrong. I don't know if anything I just said makes sense.
No, you're right. I obviously can't. I have no control over how they take it. So in my world, and this goes with anything in life, I could say it in X way, they could take it Y way, and it's like, yeah. Once again, if some kid is like, and when I say kid, I mean like 13, 14. You know, that's my idea of like. I'm not saying like I go into Stentrix chat and pick a 6-year-old beef for an hour. What I'm saying is, oh my God, I just lost train of thought.
It's okay.
Oh, I'll just match the energy, you know, just to meme on them. Like, I'll never go lower. You know, that's what I try to stand by. Like I'm not gonna, you know, pile on or anything. But okay, please tell me who you're talking about, because now I just want to know. I'm just curious.
Yeah. No, and it's past. Listen, it's in the past. I'm just saying that this person allowed me to bring up this situation. Okay, so this situation, you know, and we've talked about it privately. He wanted me to bring it up. It's the fish. I'm trying to be careful with him. Whale. So that's another one, which I didn't talk to Fishy, so I don't want to speak on that. But Whale did, you know, he expressed to you that although he was wrong for what he did in the terms, and for the chat who doesn't understand the situation, you know, and we can get into the fish thing too, but you know, Whale felt as though even though you guys were calling him out, it almost felt like overwhelming because of who you guys were. Now I know, like you said, grown ass men, you know, it's open season. It is what it is. We're both grown men. We can be adults and we can talk. But I'm kind of trying to like maybe hope. I think you can see it, but maybe you can see that like it's just a little bit different in this environment. It's not like me and you were sitting at a library and we're just talking to human beings. We don't know anything about each other. You're coming in as like SemmyTen, dude, like one of the most influential people in Fall Guys. So maybe what you say may hit a little harder, and it really did hurt him. Now it's over. It's in the past. I'm just using that as an example of a time where maybe like, even if you were right or wrong, like it hits different coming from some people like you and Will versus like some random person in chat who doesn't have any subs, who doesn't have any influence in the community. Hold on, I don't think they could hear you.
Second.
All right, there we go.
Can I give like a 30-second whale recap?
Sure, go ahead.
So what this is about is me and my buddy Will, we're looking at streams, and Whale, who was a Fall Guys dude, he was doing this stream where he titled it 18 plus stream, no kids allowed. And he actually had children in his VC saying F this, F that, making sexual innuendos, sexual noises. And it was just like, we saw that and we're like, dude, what are you doing? Like, we came into his chat and we're like, dude, this is such a bad look, yada, yada. Like, it was just appalling because he was like 18 plus chat. And then we go in and there's like kids like moaning and like saying the F word. It's like, dude, what? It just seemed like a very like, it was just like a very like, what are you doing kind of moment. So yeah, called him out that night. He banned our buddy Zach, who was also like, we were with my buddy Zach in the moment. And then he didn't ban me though, or funny enough, it's like, even though I was saying a lot of things worse, point is that happened. We memed on Whale in my streams, or not really my streams. It was more so Will's streams while I was in his VC. Memed on Whale, mentioned like, oh, should we make this an 18 plus stream? Yada, yada. And we did that more because Whale never really took any accountability toward us personally, saying that. Like once we like said like, dude, this is not a good look. Like he just kind of kept doing it for a little bit. And then we wouldn't have kept memeing on him if he straight up came up to us like, yeah, guys, you know, that was kind of messed up. Like, let's be real. But he never did that. So we just memed on him. And yes, Yugi is not wrong when he says that coming out of my mouth, it hits different than if it was Joe Blow 2981. You know, I know that. But that's kind of where some, you know, I don't know. That's kind of where like, I want the accountability to come from. It's like, if I can be the influential, I don't think that was a good look for him. Cause it's like, how you saying 18 plus in the chat and then you got kids there like saying all this and that.
Right. But you can't, well, I'm not defending it first of all, but I'm just saying like, in a friendly way, of course, I mean this with love. Like my brother, like, you again, knowing who you are, it's kind of like it's a little more, it hits a little harder than if it was like somebody like me. And maybe there's a way you could have worded it, and you already acknowledged that. You said that earlier, like, you know, your girlfriend tells you all the time like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I'm not saying you're wrong for that. I'm not saying you can't speak your mind on it, but when you're like going to a smaller channel like that, the optics looks bad. It's like a big channel. I want to
keep that in mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
That was like maybe the 25th time I've been in his chat, by the way. He would do customs and I would hang with him. Yeah. He would watch. This wasn't like I wasn't hunting on the prowl.
But you can build 1,000 bridges, my brother.
I don't think that it should, like, obviously. And people like, you think those kids' parents would want them doing that with a grown man on a VC? Like, that's the thing. When parents don't know stuff is going on, and is that their own fault? Yeah, you got to keep tabs on your kids, 100%.
Yeah.
But when that doesn't happen, the adults who are present have, in my opinion, because I'm big on like adults should be role models. I'm big on like the adults present need to be adults. And that situation didn't happen.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, I want to preface this too. I was in Whale's stream the other night. He streams on Kick every now and then.
Oh, okay.
I'm chill with Whale. Like, by the way, like,
yeah, I know this is in the past. This is
totally in the past.
Yeah, this is totally in the past. I'm just using this as an example that I'm just hoping that you now see that like it just the optics just of a.
Can I talk to your chat?
If you want to get into it, you can. But let me finish this thought and then we'll get into it.
Sorry.
We should have already done it anyway. But I just wish you would see that like when you're of that size, whether it be of influence or not, whether you're an adult or not, in this space, that just doesn't really hold a candle. You can't say like, all right, well, they're an adult, because I got people that are bigger than me, right? If they send their communities to me and like criticize me, even though they're younger than me, it's still gonna hit different because of who they are and their influence. That's all I gotta say about that. But we can get into chat if you like.
No. That wasn't like the chat segment.
Oh, okay.
I just felt I didn't say that to like, oh, let's bring in the chat segment. I meant like I want to respond to stuff.
Oh yeah, let's do it. So whatever you like,
just okay.
Talk to me. I'll pop it up for whatever you want to respond to.
Chonk said, ganged up on a streamer much smaller than you. God forbid someone minds their own business. Here's the thing.
We got a little bit of a technical difficulty. Give me 1 second. Let me just reset this and then I got you. Mi uno segundo, por favor. Let's see here. There we go. I think we're looking good. And then pop-up chat. Are you hidden? There we go. All right. That one. Yeah. Ganged up on a streamer much more. Okay, go ahead. You can respond.
Numbers mean nothing when it comes to being a decent person who is either A, being a role model, or B, like causing issues. I don't care if you have 2 subs, 1 billion subs. Ganging up on him was me and Will and our buddy Zach going into his chat and saying, yo, dude, this is not a good look. We didn't say F you for doing this. We didn't ganging up. We did not go in there and say, you know, like, what the F are you doing? Yada, yada. I never mentioned him on my stream. I don't care if he's smaller than me. I don't care if he's Stentric, if he's whatever. If Stentric did that, I go in a Stentric chat. I'd be like, dude, what are you doing? This is the real, that situation, it happened to happen in a gaming environment, but that's real world stuff. Same thing could have happened if I was babysitting a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old and we were at the movies and I took them to see an R-rated movie.
Yeah.
It just happened to be on YouTube where people think sub count and numbers have this power.
It does though. That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, subconsciously.
It should not be when it comes to just general human decency. If someone
according to you, according to you,
and that's how I feel.
But that's all they see. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know this. You know how human nature is. Status is everything. It's a big difference between if Joe Biden calls me directly and says you're going to jail versus if some random dude says it to me.
All right, well, come on.
I know that's not a okay. So what would you say is an analogy? You know what I'm saying though. You know what I'm saying. It hits different. That's all I'm saying. You could 100% call anybody out, but maybe there's just a different way you can do it.
Which that's the thing. I don't care. Oh my god. I can't with your chat. I got to your chat off. It's gonna make me laugh.
No, it's okay. It's okay. What's going on? You can respond to anything.
I do not brag about my subs. Oh my, you don't even watch me. I am the most satirical human being in the world. If you genuinely think I brag about my subs, that is the funniest thing in the world. Are you kidding me? I have a sub count on my streams that says I'm doing customs at 100K subs. I don't give a rat's patootie, dude. I like that. Like, people have so much to say, and then they don't even watch you. It's just, I'm the most sarcastic person. Good Lord. If I go into Whale's stream and I had issues with him, me and Will were in a private chat with Whale one time, which I actually recommended. I never told you this. I said one night some months ago when it was still a hot topic. Mm-hmm. I was like, dude, let's talk. Like, let's just get Whale in. Like, we just got to talk, man. And for a solid hour, and Will can attest to this, for a solid hour, we tried to talk to Whale and find some middle ground, like grown men. Like I said, oh, I didn't care. The dude had 100 subs, 1,000 subs, whatever. We just talked. 3 dudes. It was mostly me doing the talking and Will doing the talking, and then Whale would react. And Whale was a mature dude. He admitted, like, yeah, the optics look bad, yada yada. We made it clear with Whale that was like, yeah, dude, like we don't, we're not gonna like, we're not saying everything's like, we're not gonna be like best friends, but like, we talked it out. And that was fine. People don't see this stuff.
Yeah,
right?
no, they don't.
And it's like, and that's why I'm chill with Whale as much as I'm chill with you right now.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. 2 things real quick. Let me get into this. Don't be calling for violence in my chat. We've had a very, very good civil discussion.
What happened?
Whoever that person is, if they do it again, just ban them. We're not going to call for any violence. Listen, we can agree to disagree and have a positive conversation. Let's not do that. Also, number 2, I already knew somebody was going to say this. Wild Bell said, I'm comparing you to Joe Biden. I'm saying the status. Don't be trolling me, Wild Bell.
Guys, I'm the president.
He's trying to bait me right now. Y'all knew what I meant. But anyway, we'll move on. Yeah, no calls for violence. This is a civil discussion. We've disagreed. We've disagreed many times in this chat, and we've been respectful. Let's keep it that way. So,
can I ask what someone said?
They're talking about beating ass. They no, we're not doing that. Beating each other's ass and beating your ass. No one's beating anyone's ass. Chill out. They don't even know what that is. Anyway, so yeah, continuing on. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, look, man, like, I think it's more like, and again, to respectfully disagree, I think it's more like you just see YouTube differently than maybe the majority of people do, because the majority of people do put weight on that sub count, man. They put weight on who you are as SemmyTen. So when you come in and you maybe act a certain way, it's going to be interpreted probably in the worst light versus if you were anybody else. That's all I'm saying.
And I never said that's wrong. I think you're 100% correct.
Yeah.
I'm a very like, what matters is who you are, your persona. And it's like, this is so cringe. It's like the people who love to say they're not racist by saying, I don't see color. It's like the same type of people who are like that. It's how I would say, like, it's so cringe, but like, I don't look at people's sub count. And I know, and once again, for the millionth time, you're 100% right. I go in saying something versus if some random person went in saying something, it holds different weight.
Yeah.
But to me, because in my true beliefs, I viewed Whale as just another man.
I mean, you're just letting it be known.
I'm not denying that what you're saying is wrong, because you're 100% right. That's not how I'm going to live my life in this community, just thinking, oh, you have more subs, you have less subs, I'm better than you, I'm worse than you. Like,
no, we're not saying that. I think we're just saying that your words hold a lot more weight.
I know.
Yeah,
but that should mean, if I'm being honest about something that we think is wrong, that could be used in a positive manner.
Yeah, of course. You're not wrong for calling them out, man. We're just saying how you did it. But you're not wrong. Like, I'm not gonna.
But when you say how you did it,
they interpret it more like you were dogpiling on them because there was multiple people. If maybe you sent them a private DM for an example to give you, and you just said, "Hey, man, like, I think that was kind of wrong that you were cussing," and you said it was an 18 up stream, but there's kids in there. I'm just saying, me personally, I think that's wrong. It would have been a lot different than if it was on the stream in front of a bunch of people. That's real embarrassing. If you came in here on my stream and started roasting me in front of everybody, that's real embarrassing, dog. Like, that's one of the things that kind of had me a little worried. Like, you do have a large audience. If they come over here and they start looking at me crazy, like, that could be intimidating for some people. Now, me, look, I only fear God, so it don't bother me. But I'm saying not everybody's built like that. The majority of people, if you dealt with people a lot, which I know you have, people don't think like above the box, man. You know what I mean? They're only going to see what's in front of them. And all they see is Wild Bill, SemmyTen, and not Zach. People who are influential in the community are dogpiling on me right now. And I feel like crap.
We were so in shock that night. There was never a thought of let's DM him. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And like, listen, man, progress, my brother. That's what I'm saying. We're getting it out there now. There is no need to hate or anything like that. We're just talking. We're just conversating.
100%. And this is what I love this, because people don't like having these conversations, but it's like, it's important. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. No one's perfect. And you've opened my eyes to stuff more in this 2 hours. And then, It's like, no, this is good.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
it.
We got to move on. Like, and we're not gonna sit here and start saying I hate SemmyTen, like, because I'm not gonna tolerate that, because you don't really hate them. You just don't understand them. You're 100% correct. And no one in this chat can disagree. If you want to call out something that's wrong, objectively, call it out. Doesn't matter if you're 100K. Doesn't matter if you're one sub. But we are all, and the message has been delivered. So the people that have been DMing me that I can't name, y'all can get off my back now. I already told them. All right.
Read them.
I told him, and he understands that. And it's not like we're not trying to say you're dumb. It's just I feel like there's a lot of frustration behind it. So people may say things they don't mean. But hey, that's why we're here. That's why we're doing this, and I appreciate that you acknowledge that. But let's not pretend like you're wrong for calling out things that are wrong either. We can't, or that you're coming in saying like, look at me, I got all these subs, I'm just gonna bully you. I don't think that's what you intended, and I think that's very clear. But that's just how it came off, and we just got to know how to navigate that. And that's what I'm saying. Like me personally, when it does happen and I'm upsetting someone really bad and I can tell, I just be like, you know what? I'm gonna pull back. I'm gonna just let them rock. I'm gonna let them know I didn't mean anything wrong by it, and then just move on. Because at the end of the day, and you know this more than anyone, I'm sure, you can't win with certain people, bro. Some people hold grudges, especially on the internet. You know this.
Yeah.
You can do one thing wrong and they'll hold it against you. And at some point, we gotta end that culture. We gotta stop like holding things that were so ancient in the past. Because to me, this is like ancient history now, this whole situation. And he even told me, yeah, when I talked to Will, he was like, I'm cool now, by the way. But I just feel, it's okay if you use that as an example to like talk about it with SemmyTen. And that's what I'm doing now. So, we got to move past things, man. We got to understand that we're different. You're different. You have a way of looking at things. And now we know, hey, look, that's just Semmy. He's a competitive dude. He likes to talk his little smack. He may come off like a bully, but he's not trying to bully. You're not going to come on here and say, oh, yeah, I love being a bully. No, but you like being, you get a thrill out of, getting, maybe messing with people. Yeah, go ahead.
And that's the thing. The people who watch my stream consistently, I only say stream because like, that's where you get the raw live reaction, obviously. Perfect example. I was doing these creative map customs and, that's strictly for fun. There should be no reason for anyone griefing, right? That's strictly for fun. And I was at the end of this custom map, and I'm sure people in here are going to remember this if they watch me.
Yeah.
And this stupid kid was like griefing me at the end of this really hard map, waiting for me. And then I was like, dude, you're such a bozo. And then one person donated $5 to say that kid's a bozo. And I immediately ran with it. I said, hey, kid, I just made $5 from you trying to grief me. How does it feel? And then like 20 different donos rolled in the next 10 minutes and it became a thing. I just made $50 off you being a bozo. I'm up here. Look what you did. Thank you. And that's all like satirical.
Yeah.
I don't know the kid. It's like, come on. Like that's just, and people who never see that or just hop in for X amount of seconds, the most judgmental people know the least about you. And it's like my community thinks that's funny. That's why they watch me. If people don't think that's funny, then don't watch me. It's that goes for anyone. Like if you don't like them, don't watch them.
And that's what I allude to earlier. You can't win with some people.
Obviously.
But you have that knowledge now. Just keep that in your back pocket. Like, hey, I got 34. But again, I'm not going to tell you how to do your stream, bro. Your streams work. Let's not even go there. But I'm saying, again, this whole thing, and I wrote it down because I didn't want to forget, this is only specifically talking about your behavior in other streams. Okay, I'm back.
Okay,
we're good.
What's funny about that?
Yeah, I'm talking about specific. I got to repeat because the stupid lag. I'm sorry. I'm specifically only talking about people in other people's streams. You run however you want to run. What you works. Whatever you do works, excuse me. But we're just talking about your behavior in other streams. It may hit different because I'm gonna tell you when a big influencer streamer joins, hold on, let me close this.
Guys, we know when there's lag, by the way.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be dealing with this until I upgrade my laptop, I swear. But yeah, so when you come in, it's almost like a big event, or at least it should be. You know what I mean? Typically, it is. So when those words come out from you, like there's a lot of expectations. People are watching chat like, Semmy's here. What's he gonna say? You know what I mean? And now I know, like, I noticed, like, maybe you like do that differently now because you don't want to like just extremely like just kill the flow of a live stream, which happens. But that's all we're talking about mainly. Let me stop, ranting on here. It's mainly about how you are in other streams. On your own, man, nobody can hold a candle to how you run your stream. They don't even have the right. It's your channel. So
yeah.
It's a lot to unpack there. I'm sorry. I just started
I think I've got out all I got out on that topic.
Yeah.
It's just funny. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to be.
Go ahead, man. Dude, listen, you're free. I will give you the best light. I'm not gonna. This is not a bashing session.
It's just funny that, and this is not a dig at you, or it's not your fault at all.
Go ahead.
But it's funny that such a minuscule thing could be such a long topic in a podcast.
Yeah.
Because realistically, I'm not really in other people's streams that much.
Yeah. But that's how much of an impact you have, bro.
It's just funny. I don't know. I got no issues with like. I don't know. It's just funny, man. I'm gonna be me. I've been the same personality wise, satire wise. This is how I was since my first video.
Right.
I just talk like this, and I didn't have a YouTube voice yet. But this is who I've been.
Yeah. People
are gonna watch. People who think they know me and then they say stuff in chat. They don't know me. They're not gonna watch me. Go watch who you want. I don't care.
I know.
It's just how it is. It's a free world. You can watch what you want, and I'm doing okay.
I know, man, I'm not gonna beat you while you're down, man, because you're not even down. Yeah, you're okay. All right, so then I'm just gonna say it. But like, don't you think the tone of like, well, just I don't care. Like, don't you think that kind of like comes off a little callous? Like, if people are telling you like, hey, man, you're coming off a little too strong here, and you're just like, well, I don't care. I'm just gonna be me. It may come off like a little dismissive.
It does 100%, but that's how I am.
Deal with it. All right, word.
No, I'm not saying deal with it. I'm saying we're not in a court of law. If you want to not watch me, if you want to block me, if you want to tell YouTube not to recommend my videos so it hurts my algorithm, go for it. Like, that's a thing.
I know. We know. We're just letting you know. But
I know. But you say, but I want you to know 100% that I know it sounds bad. Like, and the people that find it funny are the ones that are going to watch me.
Yeah.
And the people who can tell it's more just like, oh, this guy, can I cuss a little bit?
I already did, man.
Like, if they think, oh, this guy's a dick, I'm going to watch him. Like, then if they think that's funny, then that's funny.
Yeah.
There's different genres of movies. There's different types of books. There's different types of entertainment everywhere. And if I want to be kind of a jerk to be funny sometimes, it ain't going to please everybody. And it's
listen, my brother, I'm with you. I'm on the same page.
I don't want to give off. Yugi.
I'm just throwing it out.
I am
there.
not giving off. I hope I'm not. And I mean this 100%. None of this is directed towards you. I'm glad you're having this discourse. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah.
I don't I'm glad you're asking me this stuff. But like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, make it clear, my brother. Listen, you are who you are. Some people some people can't swallow that pill. Some people, and I'm helping you out here. Some people, and this is for myself included, because I can do the same thing to you. All right, so let's put the shoe on the other foot. I don't act like you. When I go to other streams, I always try to like, be a little bit more on the nicer side, be a little more welcoming, like, yo, what's good? How you doing? Hey, man, you mind if I talk to you on the side about this? I didn't like what you did. I can sit here and tell you, I don't care how you act. You should act the way I act. And if you don't like that, then you don't got to be here. If you want to be an asshole, then be an asshole. But you ain't going to be an asshole on my channel.
But I
can understand that everybody's different, and a lot of people can't swallow the pill that not everybody's gonna be who you think or who you want them to be.
I go to chats and I talk to people though. Normally, that's the thing though. 90% of my interactions with other Fall Guys streamers are I go to their chat and I chill. I play some games. I surprise and jump into a custom and I chill. But those aren't gonna get any like silly headlines. That's what I'm saying. Like. So then the 10% where I get competitive and I'm trash talking like a 13-year-old because he said I'm trash.
Yeah.
It's silly.
Yeah, this ain't related to that. It's more like again, like I'm not even remotely upset. You are who you are. And in a competitive environment, that's just gonna happen. But in some cases, right? In some cases, people want to host like a competitive custom match, let's say, and they expect everybody to just be all honky dory and happy. and not talk like that. So it just you know what it is, man. You just gotta feel each one out. You know this though. I don't gotta tell you this. You're just saying, look, I am who I am. Y'all better do. Y'all just.
It's not even deal with it. It's we're in a society where don't like it, don't watch it, don't like it, don't play it, whatever. That's what I'm saying. And yes, if I go in someone else's chat and if I'm beefing with someone, or you know what I mean, like as a joke, like you could say in a sense that other people in the chat aren't consenting to having their chill time ruined, so to say. And I get that.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know. This is very.
I love
talking about this. I love talking about this because people hate talking about this stuff because it's like touchy subjects or whatever.
Who hates talking about this? I'm curious what you mean by that.
I would guarantee you people with around my size normally they wouldn't be so blunt about this stuff, or like get Stentric here. Like he ain't gonna, and that's fine because you know what? I've talked to Stentric in private where it's like, he has told me like he stays out of the drama. He doesn't acknowledge any of it because that's just who he is. And that's fine. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
If I was like that, that'd probably be better. But I'm not. And it's like, it's fun. So, I mean,
everybody can learn something different. I think a bunch of lessons were learned. You got to learn that not everybody's going to be your slice of tea. And sometimes you got to adapt to that. But at the same time, it seems as though people gotta know how to own their own channels, because again, we're talking about how you are with other streams. So maybe there's a way that they can handle you, that they can do on their part.
It's not even that. It's,
you know what I mean?
I'm not. I do not. It's funny because like
I know you don't think you do, man. But I'm saying like
I'm not saying I don't.
You're at a disadvantage.
I know.
In a way to for lack of a better way to put it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
People think they have this image of how I should act or how I should talk.
Correct. And you know that.
I do. I'm not stupid. Like I know that, right?
Obviously,
like,
yeah. So there we go.
That's what I'm saying. This is not. We don't disagree on anything here. By the way.
No. We know.
Like I know that, and that.
But you get, bro. Look at you. You get a kick out of it, dog. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. Of course I do.
Oh my god.
Because they don't expect it.
Yo, you're funny, dog.
Like, because they don't expect it. Like, I'm gonna be me whether I have 10 subs or 1 million subs. That's the. Of course, I get a kick out of it. Like,
yo, you funny, dog.
I'm not denying anything you're saying.
Yeah. I don't, man. I don't like messing with kids, dog. That it kind of bothers me, man. When they get all upset, I'm just like, oh, my bad. You know, I kind of pull back, man.
I have never had a kid in chat say like, I've only dished it out to someone in chat if they come at me and I match their energy. Like,
okay,
that's how I am. If that bothers people, I don't know. I'm just having fun. You think I sit there and I'm typing away and I'm like, frick this guy. What's the best comeback I could come up with to ruin his day? Like, no, I'm just playing. Like, I don't know. It's good fun to me.
Yeah.
Once again, we're all names on a screen. People are going to take it how they take it. Yeah. And if I'm a bit too harsh or if I'm a bit too arrogant in a joking way, whatever. People in chat are saying it's going in circles. We should go to the next topic.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, look, whatever questions they want us to continue on, we're just kind of going off chat right now. Got a super chat here. Let's prioritize that real quick. This is my cousin Joanne. Drops a 10. Thank you so much for the 10. He says, I don't know personally. If it's a competitive environment, you got to be ready for that balance space. Meaning, you know, to turn it off and turn it on kind of thing. One end, it could be filled with sportsmanship. And on the other, it could be a bit toxic. That's just how I think, though. What do you think?
It's a competitive environment.
And he can take it, by the way, if you have a strong criticism. Don't worry. No bias here, man. Just because he's my cousin doesn't mean you got to hold back.
Let me read this again.
Sure, go ahead.
If it's a competitive environment, you got to be ready for the balanced space. Very true. One end, it could be filled with sportsmanship, and on the other, a fair bit toxic, which is true. You have people in chat. I agree with that 100%. You have people in chat when they're doing leaderboard customs who are chill. You got people in chat who will start stuff with people. And especially, like I said, like, if someone beats me, they think because I'm like, I do this stuff for content that I'm some pro player who never loses. Dude, I lose all the time.
Yeah.
And like, so they'll clap, you know, at me a bit. And no, I agree with that. And that's okay. That if the chat is has, if there's 20 people in chat, like let's say that, and 5 of them are being sweaty nerds and I'm one of them, then so be it.
Yeah.
Then we can be our sweaty nerds, right? It's like you go into a 4th grade classroom, they ain't all going to be getting along and doing the same thing. You'll have some guys playing with a puzzle. You'll have some girls drawing. You'll have yada, yada, yada. No, I agree with that 100%. I got no qualms with that.
And Pixel says, isn't everyone equal no matter the subs count? You might have to go back, Pixels, but that's exactly what we were talking about earlier. We just have a difference of opinion.
Unfortunately, they're not equal in YouTube society, but I wish they were, and that's how I view it. But that's not the common consensus. So that's where there's
you
like
may
a
change
bump.
it. You may be the one. You may be the one to finally.
God forbid.
But I just, you know what I mean? Yeah.
That's how I view things. So
yeah. But it's been productive. I think whoever needed to see this got what they needed. Yeah, we can move on. There was some really good advice that he gave earlier, RLP. I would watch that. He had it was like a whole hour worth of what you need to do on YouTube. I would definitely watch that, RLP. We're not going to get redundant on it, but is there anything you'd like to add? Anything you wanted to bring up, man? Anything bothering you? Anything
I feel like I'm at a job interview. They're like, so do you have any questions? I'm like, oh God, I wasn't expecting this.
No, that's okay. And
what would I love to bring up? Let's see.
We talked about Horizon. We talked about the tea with whale. I mean, what else? I don't know what else you can bring up, but I mean, lately things have been clearing up. Like, seems like everyone's kind of okay with. I don't know why he self-deleted. If you want to maybe enlighten me on that, and we can.
I don't know.
He just did it just to do it, huh?
I truly think he was just fed up with making Fall Guys news videos. I think too. Yeah. And this is what I said in my video. He mentioned how it takes away from his real life. Yeah, then why would you do Fall Guys news videos?
Right.
For not like a ton of success to get in the way of your real life that much. Like the guy deserves to live his life. He's in his 20s. He can live his life. He doesn't need to be in front of a screen. You know, I give him credit for making that. That was almost a mature decision to step away from 40K subs and be like, all right, I need to better myself. Good for him.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. Because yeah, I agree with that. We won't harp on Horizon anymore, but yeah, it's good that you cleared that up for me because I wasn't sure, but I see what you're saying. Anything else? I'm sorry. I know you were thinking of something. I don't know if you wanted to bring it up, but if not, we can kind of close out and wrap it up. I don't know if you got anything going on you want to let the people know.
Let's see. I don't know. Oh man, I like talking about this stuff. If you guys, I mean, I could go till the top of the hour.
That's fine. Yeah, I want to respect your time, man. You're a busy man. You're a hard worker.
If I go to the top of the hour, I can still make a video tonight and be happy with myself.
Okay, so we'll continue. Yeah. Let's see. We talked about YouTube. We talked about that.
We can ask chat questions. Remember you said that was gonna be a thing?
Yeah, of course. So we got that super chat question. Let's ask the chat. What have you been thinking about this podcast so far? Would you want to see this again? Should we have another guest? You know, maybe we can get a group panel. I know you mentioned that earlier, Semmy.
I did.
A group panel in on something like that. Where no, that's not what you said. You said to like give advice on the algo and stuff like.
I could go algorithm stuff. I could. Oh man, I've learned so much about that. But
yeah. But save it for the classes, man. That's really good that you're doing that. You got to branch out, man, because you can't expect it all to come from YouTube, you know? So it's good that you're doing that. Okay, here we go.
Ooh.
Yeah, you saw it? Yeah, let's go ahead and pull that up. We're going to give this question priority. It's Wild Bill dropping the 2. Yo, Wild Bill, thank you for the 2, by the way, my brother. He says, how do you feel about smaller streamers doing variety? That's a good question, actually. With growing, specifically.
Here's my opinion.
Uh-oh.
It's not fact because I'm not God.
Obviously, yeah. It's just opinion.
It's one of the worst things you can do if all you care about is watching your numbers grow with subs and views.
Right.
100%, in my opinion, because people are going to like you for you, but they're also going to like you for what you do in the game you're playing. I'm a huge baseball fan. If I go to see a baseball game and they're shooting hoops, I'm walking out. Like if you're smaller and you want to, if all you care about is just the numbers going up and succeeding. And that's not a bad thing. Numbers go higher. That's not a bad thing. And succeeding, variety content is not going to get you there. Because you'll always, in my opinion, be segmenting your audience. Okay, guys, let's do Fall Guys. We're doing Fall Guys customs. I got 30 viewers. Let's do this like party Jackbox game. And I'm not calling anyone out. I'm just thinking of what streamers are doing.
Yeah, I've done it too. So you can say me. I'll take it, bro.
You'll get 15 viewers.
Right.
You know, but then you do this, you'll get 10 viewers. You get do this, you get 18 viewers, and they'll never all be in the same place. You're not developing something that they know you for. If you just want to do YouTube and chill and play whatever the heck you want, more power to you. Good for you. Because there's days I don't want to touch Fall Guys.
Yeah.
You know, there's days I'm like, God, the last thing I want to do is hit record, right? And I would much rather play this game, but no one's gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No one's gonna care. So there's a fine line. If you care about having fun and enjoying your life and just streaming, if you like streaming just for the community interaction, post whatever the heck you want, stream whatever the heck you want. If you want to grow, pick a lane.
There you go, guys. Bad for growth, good for community engagement.
Yeah. But if you can still do one game and have a terrific community around that game. I love my community so much, and all they ever see me do is play Fall Guys. So
there you go. Love to see it. All right. I see. Oh, well, speaking of which, dropping the member message real quick. Thank you for being a member, being a member for 3 months. Dark, I got your question next, by the way. So sorry, guys, for whoever super chats, but he is a mod. He asked, what's your favorite genre of video games?
Anything that I can win in and compete in. I don't like story games. I want to compete. I was a big I used to love playing like competitive like MLB The Show, like before any of this stuff. I want to have a goal to win something versus other people. That's where I get fun of. That's why Fall Guys, it may look like a dumb little cartoon game, but God, it gets sweaty. I love it for that reason.
It does, surprisingly. It does. Yeah, that's and people love that though. Let's not cap and pretend like, because we got a tournament just for that reason coming up here next month. All right, Dark Jupiter asks, what inspired Semmy to start YouTube, and if so, did you have previous content experiences with the platform?
I never really took YouTube. I never took content creation seriously until Fall Guys. So I mentioned this earlier in the stream. Like I started to love Fall Guys, and I was like, I like talking about like I said, I don't know if they were here, but if they weren't here, I mentioned how like my dream job as a kid, I wanted to be a baseball announcer. So, you know, the desire to commentate is there live. And I thought I was always good at it. And I fell in love with playing Fall Guys, and I got real competitive with it. It fit my niche. So I thought, let's just try it. I don't know. Live comment. I got like 5 videos maybe that are post-com. I don't do them. I like in the moment, you know, stuff like that. And I was blessed to have people end up looking at them somehow. And yeah, that's what motivates me. So
love to see it. Rest is history. Slim Assassin, member for 1 month. Thank you for being a VIP, my brother. He says, how long were you aware of Yugi for?
I've known you for what, like 4 or 5 months, probably?
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean,
not as
I don't know if he means like known of me or if we met, but we definitely met. Yeah, it's been like 4 or 5 months. Yeah.
I'm pretty aware of everyone in this kind of circle. It's smaller.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Not which to add on to that, not a lot of gatekeeping. Kind of cool. Compliment to you and everyone else. You guys are very open. You know what I mean? Which we appreciate. Silver J asks me, do you ever think you'll burn out? If so, what's your game plan? Absolutely not. I will never burn out. I love this shit. Period. All right. Any other questions? Let's see. Semmy, what could I do if I want to do YouTube, but I don't feel like making... All right. We're not going to take that. That's a joke, right?
I missed it.
All right. Pixels.
Yeah, then go play with the grass outside and make little grass sculptures.
I'm not even going to... RLP's trolling me right now. All right, SemmyTen, do you believe me when I say I want to make a ridiculous amount of money and give it all away? Do you believe me?
I believe you.
I actually do.
I 100% do.
Yeah,
I'm in Pixel streams quite a bit, lurking nowadays. I was in there last night until my internet kind of pooped out late at night. No, Pixels is he's quite the character. I love Pixels.
Man,
he's got some.
Yeah.
His ambitions are like if I wanted to be the president of the United States, but that's a good thing. That's his drive. So I 100% believe you. 100% respect. 100% believe you.
Yeah,
Pixels.
yeah.
I'm not just saying this, Pixels. You're. I enjoy.
Yeah.
Listening to you.
Yeah. He's just always on. And I love that. Oh, here we go. Question for my wife, Lady Yugi. Hey. She's in the other room right now. What would he do differently if he had to start all over? What would you do differently, basically?
I don't want to like be Mr. Tough Guy and be like nothing. So I'm really trying to think.
Yeah, if you could,
I would have started early. I wish, dude, if I started content right when it became free to play and not 2 months later, I think I'd be at 100K subs right now. I'm not even kidding. I missed the open window of free to. That's what Will just said. Start 3 months earlier.
Yeah.
If I started when it became free to play, I'd have a plaque up on this wall next to me right now, and I full heartedly believe in that.
Yeah.
Just because the blow up would have been exponentially larger. So
there you go. So you would say like the timing of things is important. We kind of alluded to that earlier. Like if we know for some reason Fall Guys 2 is coming out, you're gonna make sure you're on there freaking 12 o'clock, ready to make content on Fall Guys 2. Yeah, because you take it seriously. You actually want to see growth. So I see what you're saying. Absolutely. RLP's asking me how I'm putting the channel on the screen. It's a Google extension. Just look up pop-up chat in Google Chrome, okay? Super Rocker asks you, what future plans do you have for your channel, Semmy? I think we asked that earlier. I don't want you to repeat yourself, but I'll let you summarize it if you want.
Continue to make videos I think are good and have them only be Fall Guys. And Super Rocker, if you weren't here, I mentioned how if I were ever to start a second channel again, I would not tell anyone because you need a core audience that is foundationally interested in what you're doing and not just a carryover audience. So yeah, that's very quick synopsis, but that's what I would do.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, the questions are coming in hot, so I'm going to rapid fire them to you real quick.
That's fine.
Thank you. Burstwoo says, what would you do if your YouTube never worked out?
Live a normal life. I have a job, like I'm not making like silly money to where it's like, oh my God, I can just relax on a beach chair every day. Like, I would just live a normal life. It would suck. And I love that what I do helps me out and helps pay the bills and stuff. And like, but if it never worked out, just be a normal dude. I still think I'm a normal guy. Like I would just have a normal life. I don't know. Like this is obviously not a normal thing. If you go into a room of 1,000 people, this is not many people are going to say they do YouTube for a lot of their income and stuff. But
even though it feels like it would be, right?
It's in the real world. It's such a small percentage. I feel like.
Yeah. True.
So yeah.
Daily Reindeer asks, what would Semmy stream if Fall Guys never came out?
Something competitive that I liked. I don't know. It's funny because like I say, oh, I love competitive stuff. I love Minecraft. Just like I get in those Minecraft kicks, and that's not competitive at all, ironically. But I don't know. That's kind of it. Yeah.
Okay. Silver wants to know if you would. Do you think you'll burn out? He's asking for your side now. He or she. I'm not sure who they are. But.
I think it's a she.
Okay. Sorry about that, Silver. So she wants to know your side.
If I burn out.
If you, yeah, like.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you ever think you'll burn out?
I did before during the dry part of season 3, but even though the amount of people watching me daily shrunk, that's what motivates me. Is that what's such? I'm gonna get sentimental for a second. My biggest motivation is that I remember when I was a kid, 12, 13, 14, 15. I would watch YouTubers every day. They'd make my day better. And I know that I am that person for potentially hundreds or thousands of people, thousands of younger kids and stuff that like, or adults even that love watching me every day. I get comments, you make my day better. That does the world for me. Because I could name off everyone I used to watch as I was a kid, who I'd come home from school, grab a few Oreos, lay on the couch, and put on a Syndicate Minecraft Let's Play video. You know what I mean?
Yup,
like,
yup.
I'm that person to some people, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So that keeps me, when I do burn out, like that helps me motivate me. So yeah.
Yo, it's like it's paving the way forward for the folks that you used to be. Like, you used to be the one watching those videos. Now you're paving the way forward for another younger audience, and hopefully you may inspire someone to do the same.
And that's so cool to me.
Yeah,
like,
that's really
awesome.
dope. Absolutely. Super Rocker with the 2, yo, thank you so much. He says, W stream, love the podcast. The grind never stops. My man. I think there was another question real quick. I appreciate you, Super Rocker. I think there was one I skipped by. Yeah, I think I know the answer to this, but I'll ask you anyway. What would you rather do? Only live stream or post videos?
Man, you said you know the answer. I don't know if I know the answer.
Come on, bro.
No, I'm being real.
Really?
Some days I want to stream, and some days I'd rather post videos.
You know,
streaming's
yeah. In retrospect,
you know what?
I think I see what you're saying. I think I know where you're getting at.
Wait, tell me what you thought my answer was going to be.
I thought it was going to be content. Not gonna lie.
Sometimes it's really great interacting with the people live, and you have streams where it's like they're crazy supportive streams, or they're like the chat flow is good or whatever, and I don't know. It's really varies. If there was a gun to my head, I'd answer you. I'd probably say videos by a hair, but it's not that black and white. Because some days I'm like, dude, I want to stream.
Yeah.
Other days I'm like, I got a great video idea. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Days like these make me want to say stream, but even that, I mean, let me see. Let me see how they worded it again, because I want to make sure I'm not misinterpreting it. But yeah, I guess it would be, would you rather personally, if I were to give someone advice, I would say make videos. Like, if you had to pick one. Yeah, but I guess if he means you personally, yeah, I can see why you would say live streaming. Some good live streams. Yeah, you're right. Let's see. Any other questions? I think that's it. Till10, you would know. You be watching us on your phone or whatever you used to watch us all the time. You would know. I don't know why you're asking that question. Let's see. Outrageous Moshiba. I think that's another content creator. He's got a serious question he wants to ask. Here we go. It's a banger one. Let me read it. SemmyTen, as a YouTuber, how do you handle time management, and how does it catch up to you even on occasion, especially on the days that you're doing hours of live streams, hours to record, edit, and upload videos, which I think we alluded to, but if you want to repeat, you know, what do you think? How do you handle time management?
It's very similar to everything else. Once you make so many videos and stuff, like, you learn how to do it. Perfect example. Last night, it was like 9 o'clock. I hadn't made a video, and I was just talking to my buddy Will on a VC for an hour, which went a little longer than I thought it would. Hadn't made a video. It was 9 o'clock. I could have just stayed there and done it now, but like, my girlfriend was out in the other room. I spent time with her for another hour and a half. And then I went back and made a video, and I sacrificed being up till like 12:30 rendering and editing this video to, you know, get the real priorities in life taken care of. And that's the thing. You just got to balance it. Like, my priorities are my girlfriend, my dog, and, you know, working out and stuff. And you kind of learn to make time for it. It's one of those things you master over time. It gets better it gets easier over time. I've rarely had any like talks relationship wise where it's like, oh, you're spending too much time doing this like video or stuff. Like, I think it's with like editing stuff, but no, I learned to make time. It gets easier the more you do it. You optimize your schedules and stuff. And I do a lot of my work around if my significant other is available or not. And yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, how, if you can talk on it, like, Is she supportive? Is she reluctant? How does she feel about it? I know you've had her in a video, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
She was playing Fall Guys, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know how that feels. What's her, like, if you could summarize your thoughts, not to speak for her, but like, have you had a conversation and how's that been?
Hey, she's living here rent free, so she better support me, for God's sake.
Yo, he's crazy. Yo, I got. No. I'm not. No, I don't want.
On a real note. No, she's supportive. She knows I love it, and I've met, once again, Will's like one of my best friends right now. I've met good people from here, so no, she's supportive. If you know, it's just the same thing as any other passion. If I loved origami, it's like, okay, if I love something, if it's not harming anyone, you know, why wouldn't you just be supportive of someone you love? So yeah, because I really stand firm when I say, like, if I didn't have my wife's support, I wouldn't be here right now. Obviously.
So it's a huge, like, comfort, I imagine. So hope that answers your question, Outrageous. I appreciate you stopping by the way, man. Shout out to you, bro. Let's see, we got some more. Let me make sure.
Yes, Will, you're my best friend. I don't have friends. Congrats.
Hold on. RLP is still trolling with these questions, bro. All right, Semmy, I know you already said collabs were overrated, but is there any collab that you have wanted to do since you started YouTube?
No. I mean, it's like I said, especially in Fall Guys stuff, it's like the big guys are like Stentric Caboose. Like, I mean, I don't really, I'm not a collab guy. And I'm not even, there's no reason for me wanting to collab with someone who's out of my niche as well. So it's like, it's like I'm going to go to PewDiePie. Okay, if PewDiePie wanted to collab, I collab.
Yeah, like, come on, dog.
That's an extreme example. But like, if someone else had like, was my size, but they were doing, even if they were doing like Stumble Guys, I still wouldn't like want to. Like, I'm very, I keep to my, you know, I'm very much like I'm really picky about my channel.
Yeah.
And that's like my baby. And it's kind of like, you know, I'm very specific with what it is. And I mean,
I think what you're trying to allude to is more like you want to stay in your realm of what you do in the algo. So who would be like the best candidate that you haven't done with that you would want to? Or you're pretty much just like, I'm good?
I don't think putting anyone's name in the title would, unless it was like Mr. Beast or PewDiePie. Like, I don't think names in the title help that much. People click on it, but if the video is bad, they don't. The video doesn't have good flow. It's like,
it doesn't. I've done it in my podcast, so I think I've dropped every big name in my thumbnail so far, and still the same.
Well, hey, you got someone's name in this title called SemmyTen. Maybe he's pretty cool. maybe he's up there. Anyways, no, collabs are fine. I just, you know what the funny thing is? And I have literally, Stentric has wanted to do another video with me recently, and I have straight up just like ignored him about it. You know why? It's because it just takes longer.
Yeah.
It like doubles the production time, and I got none against him. It's like, I just don't want to spend 3 hours versus an hour and a half. It's like, especially when you're uploading I'm planning to upload every day, like for near future still. You know, it's summer, views are nice, they're doing well. But yeah, collabs, you guys know how I feel about those. I mean, I don't really like collabing with people. I just, that's not true. I don't like how much longer it takes when you're uploading every day. It's something you would understand a lot easier. Not you, Yugi, but everyone.
Unless you
like,
do
you
it,
don't make.
Yeah.
If you don't, once you do it, you'll understand, like, no disrespect to anyone. It's hard to set up sometimes. Sometimes people are, you know, they're late. Sometimes there's internet issues on their end, which has happened to me before. It's like, dude,
people are
like,
wishy-washy. Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to like get a video out. That's, you know.
Yeah. I think you understand that because you were pretty straightforward with me and I was straightforward with you. You got to respect the other person's time and say, all right, this is the time. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? If it's not free flowing, listen, dude, yeah, I'm with you there.
I agree.
Do you want to even talk about this? Mr. Andrew Tate?
I think he's a garbage role model. And I think there's so many better people out there that you can watch and be entertained by if you're a young man.
There you go. I had to make a whole video for that one. So there it is. Semmy's quickfire answer. I think that's it. Worst Boo wants to tell you you're a cool guy.
Worst Boo, I hate you.
Okay. Yeah, I
That's
don't
just
know.
Worst Boo.
Okay.
He's one of my mods. That's fine.
I don't know if you want to elaborate more on hanging out with Bill, but that's a question by Daily Reindeer again. I don't know if that's it, but
Where does it say that?
He's saying, how do you feel when you started hanging out with Wild Bill? That was right after the Andrew Toy question.
I'm going to tell him about this. So Will is such a nice guy to a fault that he overthinks everything. And because of and what we were talking about, how people look at numbers and subs, Will and I had a lot of conversations early on in our friendship where he wanted to make it clear to me that he wasn't trying to use me for clout. And I'm like, dude, I just think you're a cool guy. We vibe. I promise you, we're just friends. And it's good for him that he wanted to make that clear because it makes sense, right? Because I started talking to him more. We started hanging out more in VCs, playing together, whatever. We had a few late night talks where he was like, Will, it is true. Where he was like, he wanted to make it clear that he wasn't trying to use me. And I respected that. I was like, no, it's fine. I like you. We're good. So yeah, we got chill after a few weeks. That was all taken care of. So yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And it seems genuine. I mean, he's been here damn near the whole time. I mean, if that ain't a supportive friend, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Now the question is there any other questions last minute that you guys want to do? We're almost hitting the top of the hour. I appreciate you being here, man. Mm-hmm. And doing this, taking time out of your day. It's been good. It's been productive.
This is very fun.
Yeah. And then another question for chat. If you don't have another question for SemmyTen, is there anyone else you'd like to see either with Semmy or outside of Semmy live or in a podcast? I don't know. Let us know in the chat. It's been a W stream though.
Was this fun doing this live? It was your first live one?
It was my first live one, man. Very interesting. Yeah. It didn't feel that different. It just, I have to be more cognizant that I can't make mistakes like I typically would when I edit, I kind of just free fire.
I didn't get canceled. And
it's gonna happen, bro. Sometimes I say too much, but it's fine.
No.
Yeah, but it was a good time. It was a good time. Here we go. We got some more questions before we wrap up. Do you have an opinion on Kathy Boyers? Do you know them?
Kathy, you're more in Will's chat.
Yeah, Kathy.
I see you in Will's chat more than my chat. I don't know you. You're fine.
Opinion on TL10. Is he your mod?
No, TL10 and I had beef. I think I banned TL10 because he was beefing with me in some chat, and then he started. TL10, remind me if this is true. I feel like you either A, made a short about me, or B, commented some stupid stuff on my video or something. There was some reason that I banned you because you were egging me on in other outlets besides just the live stream chat. I don't remember, and I'll unban you if you're honest about me right now. I mean, I don't even care. I don't mind. But there was something else. Yeah, I don't know though. I want him to answer eventually, but yeah.
No, you're good. You're good. Do you have a favorite horror movie? That's a good question.
I don't watch movies. I have a dog water attention span.
Interesting.
People think I'm psychotic. I cannot watch movies. I'll watch a movie, I'll fall asleep halfway through. I'm not
really.
I'm not trying to be a quirky person.
No. That's fine. You'd be the first.
I have undiagnosed ADHD with some areas of life. I can't watch a movie. I hate movies. I went to the Mario movie in theaters just because I love Mario. But besides that, I can't tell you the last movie I saw in theaters, and I've been dating my girlfriend long enough to where I don't have to take her to the movies because it's, we're a married couple basically, and we find other outlets to go on dates because we used to go to movies, but I hate movies. It wasn't just because you were a Jimmy TL10. You were egging me on. I have so much joking beef with Jimmys that come into my chat. TL10, I'll unban you. You better just show up in my next stream though. I'm gonna ban you right now while we're talking. You better be there my next stream though.
Mm-hmm. You heard it here, folks. Let's see. There was another one I saw. Hold on. Oh yeah, any games you're looking forward to outside of Fall Guys that's coming soon that you would?
Fall Guys is my life. I don't really have time. Even if there was another game that I was so hyped on playing, I would love to try Tears of the Kingdom, but I already know that would sink in way too much of my life free time that I don't have. So I'm okay with it. I don't have, yeah, to answer your question, no, but
there you go.
I wouldn't have time regardless.
Okay. All right. I think we can wrap it up there. I don't know if you really want to get personal with the wedding question that Bill did.
What did he say?
When's the wedding?
I don't know. I'll propose this year eventually.
Yeah, I know you mentioned that in your stream. I'm only going to bring up knowledge that you already made public, but I know you did say.
Of course.
And you gave a very touching story.
I did?
You did. I remember, man. I was there. And you know why I was there? It's because you did something that nobody else in our community did. I'm not going to harp on it too long, but you remember I mentioned it? There was another fellow streamer who was in need, and you stopped by and gave support, which I appreciate for.
Oh, your community post?
Correct. And I appreciate you doing that. But you also, in that same stream, brought up a situation. I'm not going to bring up a past trauma, but it was something to do with an accident.
New Year's Eve?
Correct.
All right, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. We're not going to relive that because I know it was hard for you to talk about. But I will tell you that that's how you know. When you start feeling that way, the way you were explaining, man, that's real love right there, man. So I wish nothing for the best for both of you.
Thank you.
I would love to hear the news when you finally do propose, because it's going to be a journey, man. If you need
if she says no.
Get wrecked or what?
I'll tell you regardless.
No, SemmyTen don't take L's. You don't like losing, so you're not going to take this L, bro. You'll do whatever it takes.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. See? So, yeah, man. I know Bill is also married, so any insight, man? I'd rather you see you guys union. I believe it's a holy union ordained by God. So, if there's anything I can do to help you guys in any way, shape, or form, man, I'm here. Doors open for you, brother.
You're number 10. What are you talking about, Will? Oh, watch hours. Never mind. Will, does your wife not like me?
Uh-oh.
But be honest.
Bill, you're getting called out. What's up?
Let's air it out.
Let's air it out. Let's just... Where's the air freshener at? Stinks. Spray it up.
Oh my God, for a second I thought that was actually air freshener.
No, it's an empty bottle of water, dude.
She thinks you stink? Oh, I know. It's okay. As we've learned tonight, she's not the only one. Okay.
There you go.
That's fine.
All right. But yeah, man. Hope you like it.
I do have women that watch me. I have grown women that watch me play this stupid bean game, by the way. So tell your wife that, buddy.
There you go. Get wrecked. The chicks be watching Semmy. Yeah, man. I hope you like it.
You had to guess. Wait, sorry. Before you leave,
that's fine.
I want you to guess. What percentage of my viewers do you think are female? I know people lie, so take it with a grain of salt, but let me look right now. What do you think it would be?
Percentage-wise?
Yeah, you know, YouTube analytics tell you that.
I know mine. So if I were to like math in my head, public school education, I'm going to say either 12 or 18.
22.7.
Damn, that's pretty good. That's pretty good ratio.
So Will, if your wife actually watches me, oh, there she is. Yes, Haley, it's because when we played together with Will on that one stream, I made a comment about how I wouldn't want you for my pro team to 1v1 Stentric, and you seemed upset at me just because I thought you weren't worthy of being on a crazy sweaty Fall Guys team. You seemed annoyed. That's why I said that. Anyway,
real quick, a $2 donation. Yo, thank you, Austin. I appreciate it. He just wants to know if you're looking for a wedding videographer. Quick fire question there.
Only if you do it for free.
There you go. There's your answer. Oh man, she said you made me cry.
All right, well, they have tissues.
Yo, this is straight savage.
We're good.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what's up, man. All right, well, hope you do it again if you'd like. This is a open door for anyone who wants to, you know what I mean, communicate in the community. I figure this would be a good place to. I can't even talk now. It's so late. It'd be a good place to hash things out. You know what I mean? And it seems like I think it's been productive. I think we can say that. So appreciate you being on, man. I don't know if you got anything else left. Anything you want to let the people know? Anything before I let you go?
If there's people in this chat who aren't fond of me, I'm very appreciative that you at least listened to me. And whether your opinion changed, who cares? But it takes some sense of maturity to listen to people you may not see eye to eye with. So good for that. Because I know there's people in this chat who've been here the whole time who think I'm kind of a jerk, which I can be. But it's good to have discourse with people you don't agree with, or at least hear points and stuff. So yeah,
There you
it's
go.
good.
There you go. I couldn't have said it better myself, guys. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for taking this. I appreciate you being here, man. I think that was a very very well thought out response right there. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah. I don't really know how to wrap these up, but I appreciate y'all, man.
We can say goodbye.
Yeah, we can say goodbye. If you want to stick around, we can chat a little more if you like, or sign out. But
not gonna lie, I gotta make a video.
There you go. Do your thing, bro. Make your video thing. Don't let me stop you. Hell no.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get accused of it, but you take care, man. I'll probably hang out, talk to my chat. I'm gonna let you go. Yo, man.
All right. Thank you, Yugi, for setting this up. I know no one really does this in the community, so I appreciate it. It's fun.
This is the place to do it, man. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, bro.
All right. See you, man. Bye,
take
guys.
care, man. All right, guys. Let's talk. Let me move my big ass head here. What do y'all think? W or L? Tell me now. Because I think that was a W. I think so. That was good. That was good. I hope you guys got something, man. Any criticisms, any comments? What do y'all think? Mateo says L. You trolling, Mateo? Why is it an L? If you give me a reason, I'll take it. He says meh. Well liked it. That's good, man. Big L. All right, you got to give me a reason now, bro. I appreciate that you guys liked it. Those of you who did. Oh, man. She might be sleeping, Kathy. She got to go to work tomorrow, man. It's a W could send me unbanned. That was your whole mission, Teal10? You just wanted to get unbanned? I'm trying to, RLP, man. I'm trying to. But I can't push it. If he wants to be on, he already know what he got to do. Yeah, we believe in you, Pick. We believe in you. Yeah, I think she's knocked out, Kathy. Oh, there, never mind. Never mind, she's here. Hey, she's here. Yeah, like I said, guys, I had the alerts turned off for that stream. I wanted to give SemmyTen the full attention so you guys can hear him in case he's talking, but I think that was good. Appreciate you all who stuck around. I know it's late for some of you. And it's a school night. Work night. Some of you got to go to work. Some of you got to go to school. You could rewatch it if you need to. But, you know, it's a good thing that we did this because, you know, this was the first guest where I got a lot of DMs about. Oh, Squishy Fishy's here. Yeah, we didn't get to talk about your situation. Squishy, we need to talk because I don't know the full context of what happened with your situation, but hey, maybe next live podcast or private podcast, we'll talk about it. But I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much, man. If you enjoyed, please make sure you leave a like. And yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, Basic, you're a little too late. Some of you guys are a little too late, but that's okay. Hey, the VOD will be up if you want to check it out. It was great. I think it was productive. I hope you guys are able to move on and learn. And there's a lot of good content for content creators out there. So definitely pay attention to the first hour if you want. I think it was okay. So that's it for me, man. I'm gonna got you, Basic. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go head out. I'm gonna go lay down. I got work tomorrow. I'll catch you guys on Friday. Gonna be streaming Fall Guys, of course. Appreciate you all, man. God bless. Y'all have a good rest of your Sunday night, wherever you are in the world. And hopefully I'll see you then. If you want to talk to me some more, you know I'm always in the Discord, in the Twitter. Hopefully TikTok's videos this week. I got to start really working on that. But a lot of big news coming. Hopefully you guys stick around for it. Enjoy. Good night to everyone. I see you, cuz. I see you, Basic Pixels, Real RLP, everybody, Squishy. Motivated Mods, thank you for the best work that you've done so far. I know it was a little bit of a crazier chat than usual, but hey, you guys did great. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much, man. You guys have a good night, all right? Take care. Much love. Peace out, man. I'm gonna end it right here, all right? I ain't gonna do no music. It's a podcast, so I'm trying to keep it professional.